After here for game number 1. Once again, a ticket to the grand final slot in MSC out in Riyadh to battle it out. Already looking at the bands here real quick too. Percentages, the blue side from Falcons AP Brand, 82%, RSG 58%.
Valenzuela, that's where RV came from. That's where Aqua's from.
There it is.
Real quick, something to note, Lugi has not yet been banned.
Yeah, I think now these two teams acknowledge that the Loyi presence coming up, especially as the first pick on the blue side, something you have to watch out for. So people, don't be surprised if RSGPH banned that out as their third ban here, considering that they also banned out the Fredrin. Oh,
okay.
It's Falcons AP Brent taking it out. Okay.
I think that's
Not gonna
smart.
Not going to risk it.
Yeah. You have to, right? Because not only with that amazing thing that we saw last night from Aqua, but just how the diversions change the course of a lot of the lineups and the way the game is played here. So let's see what this last ban from RSG is going to be. I want to take out.
Might be the chip.
Might be the chip, although we don't see it that much in first pick, but maybe if RSG ban it out, that's going to be a note for later that maybe they're not themselves comfortable with picking up the chip. Arlot, highly contestable for these two teams. If you're Falcons AP Brent, consider taking it away from Nafs.
Or the Matilda.
And the Matilda still open as well. And there's a reason why I forgot the Matilda. Because sometimes, even when Matilda's open, she doesn't get first picked anymore. It's like teams
weird,
are
right?
considering, But the RSGPH say, nope, you can't give that to the hands of Ogwen. Falcons AP Brand love playing with that Matilda in their hands. So, are they telling Fcap, yo, pick up the Barretts because we're going to steal a really strong jungler for Kaltizi if you don't. But nope, it's the
Vision.
Novario for few.
They go for the vision.
Huh.
That's the play.
That's what got him last night.
Yep. All right, so they go that. And this is, I feel like in a way, because Fred was taken out and we know him to be very consistent in the first pick, you at least secure this. You secure yourself a lot of presence already. This is going back to the keys to victory like we talked about. So this is right on the go. Now, with 2 picks up for RSG, what do they want to take? Do they take that Barretts like we talked about? You guys mentioned as well, the Arlo, the Arlot is available if they want to take that as well.
So many power picks. Valen, Barretts, Arlot, Roger.
Wouldn't be surprised if Akai shows up.
Yeah.
Because again, if you pick up the Barats here, best believe Fcap's going to feel the pressure.
Yep.
Oh, but then if they pick up Barats here, Fcap's just going to pick up the X-Borg, who does really well up against Barretts. So they pick up the Yuzhong instead, get a power pick. Oh, and they're taking a pick away from Few with the Faramis.
This is interesting because these are not the heroes I expected to pop up, but in a similar fashion, like you mentioned with a few, but also get that Yu Zhang. We've seen Navs entertain on this hero as well.
Wait. Starting yesterday, more often than not, jungle X-Borg has been a thing. So you could flex into an X-Borg here. Hey, you can rarely flex in blue, but now maybe Fcap might pick it up.
Could be a possibility. I feel like RSGPH really are just trying to tell Fcap that, hey, Barretts is going to be a bad idea. Usually Barretts Yuzhong matches. Barretts static with its ultimate. While you're using your ultimate, the Yuzhong's going to dive the back line. So Fcap go ahead and pick up the Roger for themselves.
There it is!
You don't see it. And there's the X-Borg.
That was a good call.
Yeah, the X-Borg we were talking about there earlier. Still flexible.
I was going to say, flexible.
Yeah.
I think this is where the power move is right now in the meta of drafting. You pick the heroes in that first phase that are still the question mark. Where is it? And if you can get one of them, that's great. The X-Borg right now, currently sitting there. You don't know. Is it going to the XP? Is it going to the jungle? We'll see how that plays out. What's the answer here to round out the first phase?
It's so
RSG?
awkward. Like, you don't want to pick
weird.
Barats. Do they put the Akai on Demon Kite this early on, or do they get a gold laner? Put the carry on Kusei?
Yeah.
Because you don't see your jungler. That's the problem right now for RGPH. You don't know. So you can go Nathan, Moskov, or carry. But then I feel like Fcap can just adjust their jungle pick based on that hero so that it's a little bit easier for them. Or Claude, yeah. So they're going to go for, I feel like one of the safest routes that you can go as a gold lane. Can't really go super wrong with Claude. Just make sure you got to help him up against the Roger.
Again, guys, we cannot deny. If you guys have been watching throughout the playoffs, man, Super Marco deserving of the awards that he got tonight, of course.
MVP.
And, man, his KDA is insane, and a lot of teams, they've struggled to just find Super Marco half the time.
There's a reason why they call him Bulletproof Marco, man.
That's right.
Bulletproof. Great nickname, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you just have... I think it was Leo the one that started that,
Yeah, man.
wasn't it?
He's been pushing it for like 2 seasons now.
I feel like he just had one day, Leo woke up, he had bulletproof coffee.
That's a Singaporean special.
Is it-
You put butter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had it myself.
can't have that. My
pretty good.
cholesterol can't handle it. A chip?
Oh, there's the chip ban.
Good ban on the chip. Chip Nova would be really great global presence.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So RSGPH really want to fight.
Yeah.
It's the reducing Falcon AP Brand's ability to be present all around the map and say, meet us here. We think that we can outfight you in the objectives.
Okay, so as we get through this, what is the focus for Falcons AP Brand? What do they want to narrow it down some more? Do they actually go with even the? I don't think they worth jungle bans because there's so much that Demon Kite could roll with here.
Yeah.
Or because it was a good thing that RSG secured that gold lane slot as well, even though they had that Roger across from them.
Yep.
So how do they play these bans here for Falcon?
Roamers. Choke out roamers.
Yep. Take out the Edith. There we go.
Okay.
It's a great pickup for Light. Ogren loves that too.
Yep.
Contestable for both. So now, considering that there's both a Nova and especially a Theramis on the other side, I wonder if Kaja's going to be going to make an appearance.
I thought you were going
in
to
the
say
draft.
Hellkurt.
Hellkurt? Okay,
With the execute.
Sir, I am at the school of thought that in the Philippines, best believe you shouldn't try the Hellkurt.
You should
roam.
not do it.
You
Okay.
just can't play assassins in the Philippines.
Yeah, even if it's a roam.
We apologize to the thousands of agents just triggered now by the Hellkurt.
That's true. Well, last band's going to be the okay. So actually, from RSG is the Terizla. So they go ahead and take that out. That's more like safety as well.
It feels like a half ban because
Yeah.
you don't know.
You're not sure, right? And it would actually work great against having that Faramis and dealing with that Nether Realm. So it's more of a let's just do this just to be safe. Now, last ban for Fcap here. What are we thinking?
Another roamer.
Yeah, has to be. You really reduce it. Oh,
Wait.
Oh, they called that RSG would be playing an assassin instead. Oh, maybe there's a chance that FCAP might actually consider a jungle export.
Okay.
Not against it.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why you would ban out the Nolan, because the Nolan can take away the Farago armor really quickly.
Yeah, so they'll allow the Barats or the Akai, and they're fine with that.
Yeah, the Barats they will allow. Barats versus Xborg has a bit of a better time. Akai, the funny thing about Akai, if you slot in the lineup of RSGPH, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna be an awkward placement. Okay, we're gonna pin someone down or what? We might see a different jungler this time around.
Okay. What is RSG thinking here? What does Coach Panda have up?
Do they go the
sleeve?
Koch?
The Koch, right? Like at this point, would be someone safe. Okay, it's not.
Grok.
It's
Wait,
Grok.
what?
Yeah, they went Grok.
It
with
was
the
left
roam.
open.
Oh,
I
for
could have
life.
sworn FCAP was
Okay.
going to ban the Grok here, right? Ah.
Yeah, they're okay with that, I guess. So they're going to be playing a roamer here that can just minimize the impact as well of the Grok. They're both going to this potentially... No, they both really are blind on the jungle.
Wait.
The Xborg is flexible, but then at the same time, the jungle picks just might surprise us both.
Does Ogwin want to go ahead and pick up the Nova?
Roam Novaria?
Oh,
Oh! This is...
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh, this is a new flavor of Falcons AP Bren we're seeing here, lads.
It's old but new.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And it goes so well. Rafaela with Barrett, Rafaela with Xborg. I would imagine Roger would just be like,
I was gonna say, hell,
going
even
really
a
fast.
Roger.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fast dog.
A wolf.
Wolf, yeah, he's a wolf. He's a wolf.
All right,
Forgot
one of
about
my few worries about Falcons AP Brent's lineup is the amount of burst. Like, it's not reliable burst. So you
Yeah.
won't trigger the bloodthirst on Roger as quickly.
That's
you
true.
have to make the fight last maybe 5-6 seconds.
That's true.
that. Yeah.
And then that's when Super Marco can go hunting.
Oh, but then Claude is so happy that fights go on a little bit longer if they can free it. Oh, what's this jungle gonna be for RSGP? Something new or Alpha?
What?
Alpha.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
Moba Zane.
Moba Zane.
Mobazane and Annabelle from Eva's Glory.
Alpha
All right.
Dog 360. I don't know.
Okay.
I just say Alpha Dog 360 because he's my second most played hero in the game.
Really?
Love him. Love it. All right, that's locked in.
I like the Alpha Dog because look at the chunky HP on the lineup of AP Bren.
Yeah.
The Falcons are going to get shot down, well, speared down.
Speared
It's
down.
Still called the Spear of Alpha, right?
Yeah, it is.
Spear of
All right.
Alpha, it is.
There you go.
By the way, hey, Demon Kite, if you're not playing that collector skin that just ended, by the way, yesterday or this morning, I don't know.
Did you get it?
I did. I did get it.
Come on, dude. You're talking to Alpha Dog 360.
Alpha Dog 360, baby. It was actually Alpha Dog 5000 because it cost 5,000 diamonds.
That's what they call him during holidays.
Well, let's take a look at the lineup rating here for both teams. Fcap and RSG a little bit higher there, of course. We'll see exactly how this plays up, though. You guys can let us know in the chat as well who you think is going to win this game number 1 or this series. And don't forget to keep an eye out on the goodie bags if you're watching on TikTok with us. But here we go, launching into the land of Dawn. The Champions Arena has erupted. And we are ready to find out who's going to take that first blood in the series of this best of 5. Will it be Falcons AP Bren or RSG Philippines?
Yeah, Leo mentioned something earlier about longer team fights. Falcons AP Bren, their damage isn't as bursty as you'd want it to be. But if you look at the lineup earlier of RSG Philippines and the lineup rating graphic that we showed, their late game potential is much better. So Falcons AP Bren, it's funny because their lineup, you can't say end it quicker, but the lineup of RSGPH calls for Falcons AP Bren to end the game quicker.
Not only this, look at all the quantum charges here for RSG,
Literally
man.
all of it.
They want to go fast.
Yeah, they know they need that little burst of movement speed to be able to readjust their positioning, and that sweet little heal too.
That's true. They can work around that, and I mean, if for a lot of people that have watched Alpha Jungle specifically, I mean, a lot of you guys, if you've watched other parts of the world, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The pace of it is actually really good. And then when you compare him and the Barretts, of course, when you're talking about approaching the objective fights, who comes out on top of that? Is it more of getting around that sustainability because of the Rafaela across from them?
We're going to be looking at the export between the Yuzhong. That's why there's a lot of pressure on that part of the map right now. Retribution already used.
Oh, slowing him down. There's a Tetanus welcome. Throwing him into the wall. That's going to be first blood draw. Nats falling. They're still going. DK looking for one. Bobbing the shields. In comes Aqua. And he's just going to go as quickly. Bang! Huge double kill for the recently inducted Hall of Legends Flapteasy.
It's a disaster for RSGPH, not the start you want to have, and Falcons AP Bren already got the start that they wanted. Great approach there. Kyle Teasy using their Retribution to slow down and then use the Detonus Welcome just to cap it all off. Nats getting taken down, not good for RSGPH.
All right. They're going to have to dance for this turtle, of course, and I was asking the question, who's going to come out on top of the damage, but right now set back nearly 1,000 gold and 3 kills for Fcap. RSG's going to want to think twice now about approaching this. They might want to calm down here, but they go in with the Dragon Form.
Here comes a preemptive Dragon Form, looking to secure the turtle.
Oh!
In comes Nats, coming in with a full combo. Last Insanity popping him. Aqua pulls the ult just in time. Level 4, Kyle Teasy walking away. No dice. RSGPH happy with the win. Aqua phasing through this wall, walking away with a smile on his face.
Nats Entertainment. The Petrify was there right on time in the Dragon Tail, I believe, or the Enhanced Basic Attack. One of those allowed him to get the last hit onto that turtle. But we're seeing now RSGPH, they want to stick together under the Faramis ultimate, but it's hard. You're up against an export, up against a Barretts with the so-called teamwork, the damage AoE dished out, and the Nova as well. So this might not be as easy for RSGPH as the numbers would lead us to believe.
Yeah, again, able to pull something out of what was a bad situation for RSG earlier, securing that first turtle. But that's the thing, they could have gotten more, but it was also from few. That first pick Novaria that really just stopped them in their tracks here. So we'll see once again the adjustments, of course, being made. But RSG finds a little bit of hope. They still have to match the momentum being set by Fcap right now, especially the way that they roam with Ogwin. This is, again, a different version of Ogwin being playstyle on this Rafaela, but you can definitely expect him to even come in aggressively with the flickers. Now, looking at this real quick, too, the hero synergy, Yuzhong and Faramis, it's an 80% win rate. It's been played 5 times.
Yeah, high win rate combination. Theoretically, should be a 50-50, but most teams who have played it together, I think about these two, played really well.
Here comes King Kusei with a preemptive, blazing the way, clearing the waves.
Wow.
False fight engaged. Kyle Teasy with a missile expert, pushing back RSG.
You know what? Little by little, the window of RSG Philippines to shine with this alpha in their lineup slows down. Yes, they have a Faramis paired up with them, but usually we see more hard healing roamers or mid laners paired up with this alpha to allow it to shine.
Oh, look at Light looking for the sandwich. Kyle Teasy walks into the bush. Aqua blasting him with the Ghost Bursters. Nats getting that corner. He does have a BDF. They're waiting. Turtle spawned.
Okay, turtle up. Dan's going to commence here. Both teams getting in position, but they will keep Kusei on the top to push it. Half health.
Here we go, Black Dragon form. Is this not entertaining? Zigzagging around, that was welcome. Throwing him into that nether realm. And Aqua keeping his life up. Last Insanity started up, and they're pushing him back. Demon Kite all the way back. Fire missiles, and the pull. Wild charge into Flapneezy's face. That's a takedown and a turtle for Fcap.
That was a great approach by RSGPH, but still the fight's continuing.
They're still going. There's the wall throw now by Light. The flicker from Aqua. They disengage.
Okay, was that worth Redmar? I mean, Flap did his job, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Worth it for Fcap that Flap TZ wasn't able to secure the kill onto Demon Kite. You actually saw Demon Kite stop moving backwards. It's as if he was already thinking, this guy's gonna flicker. So instead, he stayed in place. When the flicker went forward from Flap TZ, you saw the fire coming out. It was right behind the Alpha.
Yep.
So that was a great call by Demon Kite. But most importantly, it was Kyle TZ who started that off, holding that Pixel Shrub in the river, allowed them to start that fight off by bringing Demon Kite low and already bringing out the Nether Realm from the Faramis.
Interesting, too, the build path, of course, that Demon Kite's going to go on here. He wants to be a little more tanky on this Alpha, of course, to match up toe-to-toe with Kyle TZ on the Barretts, because he can't be continuously forced out. I mean, Light right now, it's best, he gets more value if he can actually set up with a wild charge and not have to use it defensively. So for Demon Kite, that's part of it. Dealing, once again, trying to get that front ground if you can against a Barretts and a Rafaela that just sticks to him.
Quick item update on the side of RSGPH. There's a BFB already on this Alpha, but there's a play being called in the bottom lane. Now they're just going to be feeling each other out. And already a Hunter Strike. The Claude, Kusei just built up the DHS and already has the Corrosion Size. So 2 items already for the Gold Rainer of RSGPH.
Okay, so they're setting themselves up here. Locks that in right now. But meanwhile, you're pretty much just going to have to wait. This next turtle comes up, and I almost expect it to be a full-on team fight unless they decide once again to keep just Kosei, hey, do your thing. We know how long it does take for the Claude to build up here, but right now the focus, of course, would be in this bottom side all before that turtle does spawn. So it looks like they're going to do exactly that as Demon Kite also gets in position here. Kyle TZ will be there alongside Ogwin, just picks up the Flask of the Oasis as well. That's going to be crucial in dealing with this dance here. Big items all around being picked up.
Oh, that's a Little Wanderer secured by RSG. Interesting that the play for the Kingslayers is to isolate Kusei, make that mid lane. Oh, hold up! Big team fight coming in! Aqua takes down Ogwin. The D-Dubs pushing Demon Kite in, but there's enough secured to get another one. 2 down, 3 down. Double kill for Aqua. Nether Realm HP popped. Down goes Eternal. That's a big win for RSG. 2K ahead, as I was saying. They're isolating. Wait, they're still going!
As we're saying.
That's a flicker back for Flap. They're isolating Kusei, and right then and there, they pressed down on the clutch and said it's go time. Items on Kusei, when they did that was just 2 items, man.
Yeah, it was just 2 items, the Corrosion Side and the DHS. He just built it up. And RSGPH now, it's as if they snapped as well, like, wait a minute. I think we're capable to just throw bodies right now, especially if Light can get a good engage in with the wild charge. And that was a good call by RSG. Risky, but they made it work. They found the right heroes at the right time. Super Marco wasn't in the best place to be able to free hit. We talked about Kusei earlier with 2 items. Now he has 3. And a significant gold gap over Super Marco. 1,500 already is the lead of Kusei over the regular season MVP.
That's what I was going to say, man. Where the heck did the gold lead just come from that? And RSG, that whole fight, NetherRealm from Low King Aqua just came in clutch.
He was double laning.
He was.
Kusei is just more mobile compared to Super Marco at this
point. That's like an APM thing.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Big fight coming in. Wild charge! And the entry point. You just throwing out the ult. Last Insanity trying to save face here. And they pop the extra HP. But it's not going to be enough. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far. RSG pushing Fcap back into their base. Big win again for the Raiders.
My goodness. See, this is what we're talking about. Light, just throw your body. If you get the right knockup or the stun, then RSG will follow up. And again, we were talking earlier about how RSG PH's, how do we say this, window to have a really good game with this alpha was closing because of the start that Fcap had. But then RSG, as Leo put it, just put their feet on the gas pedal and said, nah, we need to make our window bigger now. And they have 5,500 at 10 minutes in. This is not great for Fcap.
And that's what's crazy about it. When you're watching these team fights unfold, the Netherrealm comes in clutch every single time, and it's so difficult for Fcap to actually get those bars down and then get through that second portion. So right now, they're going to find themselves again.
Again! Flicker wild charge coming in. The defensive ult from Oakland. Down goes Few. The last Insanity taking down HPs. Netherrealm the answer back. DK secures the Lord off cam. And now Nats coming in full combo. Kyle TZ bites it. 2 for none. So far, a big win once again. The Kingslayers are here to play.
Light, my goodness. Since he has the roamer that can be a little bit more aggressive, isn't focused on healing, just wants to do what roams do in RG. Just set for the team, man. And he's doing it with glowing commendation. And the follow-up as well from QC, chef's kiss.
Man, like you guys said, I don't know if that's just the key to victory to Grok, just throw your body. And that's what Light has been doing here. Now they get themselves this Lord, they get the tier 2s down, and they set their eyes here for the base of Fcap. RSG is coming out huge in this, nearly 10,000 up. They're gonna try to hold on to this bottom side the best they can. They do have to deal with what's coming up on top. The shields of the turrets, though, have been popped. So now, here they go. They have to get ready for the siege.
Watch out, there's another wild charge, cocked and loaded for Light. Even without the flicker, he can actually just throw a wall up and press the trigger. It looks like RSG's gonna take their time here. Good news for the Raiders, they did pop all the holy shields. And then Fcap is still trapped inside their base. They're gonna start freezing from here on.
And as we look at the comparison right now, regular season MVP Super Marco, 504 GPM, has not had the best experience. You know what, straight up, it was frustrating for Super Marco this game.
Yeah.
Just a 504 against 800 plus on the side of Kusei. We were worried about the Claude early on, but now we're more worried for the Roger against Kusei's Claude.
It's crazy, too, because we were like, you know, it's bulletproof Marco, but this game, man, he has struggled on the Roger so far, and it feels like RSG, they are literally raiding everywhere on this side of the map, and even when it comes to the clash, the team fight breaks out, it's just RSG just pushing forward, and you would actually think the opposite, because, you have Ogwin on this Raffaello, so should they be able to sustain through it? But the answer has been solved, especially when it comes to the itemization from RSG.
Yeah, Kusei already has the win of nature. We have to point out the item build on that alpha. Hybrid. Goes for the BFB. Yes, defensive, but it's, let's be honest, a little bit more for attack power. Paired up with a War Axe, but then his last item after the Antique Harass, or heading into the last item, was a Sky Guardian helmet. So that really just shows that this Alpha wants to stay out on the map as much as possible and just hold the front line. Again, he deals true damage. He doesn't need to build a lot of items that deal the damage. He just needs to hold. And so far, Demon Kites, he's been a problem for Fcap every time RG Philippines would dive them.
And I love it, too, because when you look at the necklace of Durant sitting on Aqua, this is a low-key thing, right? He has even the Rapid Boots. So his job, literally swoop in, get the debuff on, and then let the team shine from there. That deals with the Raffaello so well from Ogwin. And you're seeing how it is a different play style from Ogwin. He's not being able to do what Light does, where he's setting things up, and he has to play a little more passive here. So with that, Fcap finds themselves struggling to get in any type of space advantage. Right now, though, they're going to dance it off for the Lord.
And now Nats coming in. Black Dragon form right in the face of Flap Easy, forcing an early last Insanity. And now RSG going for the collapse. They jump in. Extra HP already spent. Netherrealm. DW right into the wall. In comes Nats one more time. Kusei taking down Flap. Double kill. Down goes Marco. Count Easy as well. Almost a wipeout. Few just walking away. Kusei pushing him back. Can I get a oh my Mao for the former FPLKH champ?
Oh my Mao!
There it is. I don't know if we said it right, but holy moly. And now they're going to go for the base.
Oh, holy sheesh, this could be it.
Down goes the inhibitor. All 5 members of RSG collapsing onto Falcons AB Brent's base, and the Kingslayers taking their time. No minions, no minions.
No minions just yet. The raid has to stop, and they're like, you know what? Let's just go get the Lord.
My goodness. RGBH, you saw they wanted to end it there, but at this point, it's clear to everyone watching this game, the chances of Falcons AP Bren are at around 10%. It's not impossible, but quite improbable because of the lead built up. Item check, we have to look at the Roger, have to look at the Wind of Nature. He is the cleanup duty. House of Navaria still up to a Bloodwings. Needs one more damage item. Whether it's going to be the Glaive or the Crystal, we're going to have to wait and see.
Okay, half health on the Lord here. It's going to get whittled down. Here goes
Nas
Nas.
again with the entry. The WC on a flat pop in that Baraga armor. Again,
Oh!
Kusei with the early entry, blazing the wet. Down goes Flap. Kusei, point blank range on the Kyle Teasy. Down goes Marco. A monster kill for Kusei, taking down 2. And inside the base, another one. 2K for Kusei. And that's it. RSG make the call, secure the Lord.
They're going to walk in with this line of minions here. Lord was secured just to be sure. Here they go.
Huge wave, all of them spotted underneath the point blank Astral Echoes. Few not going to be able to stop them.
What?
That's unfortunate.
No.
Gentlemen, okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have to acknowledge this. We saw it in the player cams. It was Kusei raising his hand.
Yeah.
And as of now, it is our marshals that we mentioned. Our great marshals here in MPL Philippines who are assisting Kusei.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
I know everybody was tunnel visioned as well, right? Focusing in, but we'll get things situated here real quick. But man, I even looking at that last interaction between everything, it's just you're seeing Fcap not being able to go toe-to-toe with RSG.
I don't know if this is what we mentioned earlier in the draft coming to fruition. Fcap's team fighting needs a lot of setup.
Yeah.
They need the fight to last a little longer, and when you come in, guns a-blazing, literally,
Yeah.
they just can't respond. Again, the healing on that Rafaela just doesn't provide the sustain that it needs at the time.
Yeah, it's funny. Both teams actually, now looking at it, have drafted long engagement type of lineups, longer team fights. But because of the presence of the Alpha, you're up against a Claude. Right now, RGPH has the better lineup in terms of like what these two teams want to do. Very similar. RGPH just does it better.
Oh man, hey, at least the crowd, of course, is also in high spirits here. And they're just waiting to see exactly how this unfolds. But I mean, even when we go back to the game, I'm pretty sure it's done, boys. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This is bittersweet. I mean, you know how like when you get back in, your team is gonna get it anyways. But why wait?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Raiders. All the Raiders in the house, right?
Yeah.
All the Raiders in chat. You know that this is it.
Yeah.
And this sucks all the more for all of the members of the High Watch. Like, let's just get the game till we know that that's where it's going.
Yeah.
It's like taking the Band-Aid off, but like really like, waiting.
Yeah.
Band-aiding it, but not.
Yeah. And you have a hairy arm.
What?
You would know.
Yeah, I got a hairy arm.
I would know too. We all have hairy arms.
We are bears.
That's true.
Rawr.
You know what?
Why did you roar, Reptar? What the
That
hell?
wasn't me. That wasn't
Hey,
me. You can't
The
get me
best
this
talent
time.
can do what he wants.
That's right.
I'm sorry. You
But
know,
I didn't roar.
You gotta pass the day.
Actually, the trophy is a pass
Fine.
to make all the sound effects you want.
It didn't help me with my free coffee, but okay. The person at the kiosk got mad.
I was going to say, wait, did you actually take the thing?
No, I didn't. Oh, finally, finally. Here we go.
Here we go. Let's see exactly what's going to happen here as we get back and the base is being worked on.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Band-Aid's off. Game 1 going over to RSG Philippines.
And how ironic was it that it was Kusei who actually raised his hand?
Yeah. Can we just say, I feel like the members of RSG are probably thinking like, Kusei, you were amazing, but couldn't you just let us end it there, man? Come on. You were right there, bro. I mean, it's important for you and like everything to be working. That's great, but come on, bro.
They were hugging him for a reason.
Yeah, they were
They were probably passing on sweet nothings.
That's true. That's true.
Well, you know what? They got to get that stuff sorted out, of course, before they head to the next game. But either way you look at it, that was a very dominant game for RSG Philippines.
Yeah, but good news and bad news. Number one, yeah, you won. But bad news is, I think I trust Fcap to understand that time was not on their side.
Yeah.
That going into game number 2, even if they are on red, they should be able to pick up on, the whole Xborg flex possibility, and the new Rafaela might not be to our pace.
Yeah, I feel like this is a bit of a both teams trying to stretch and flex their imaginations in terms of like thinking of new ways to make things work. For RGPH, it worked. For Falcons AP, Bren, I feel like I'm gonna have to take the Coach Ducky ride back in M5 and just ask the Falcons boys the same question he asked them back then. You guys just want to fight? You guys just want to pick up heroes that can just like bruise with them?
Duke it out.
Just duke it out?
Yeah.
Like, I love the concept. I get the idea. But RG have their own things. So Falcons AP, Bren, just do what you do best. Just fight.
That's why I said, before we even got that, comparing the playstyles here, we know that they're the Raiders for a reason, guys. And this is why I love watching them, because they're so chaotic. And when they do get the death ball rolling, it's hard to stop it. And they just continue on. So, we've said everything we can say about this game 1, but I know our analysts have more to say. So let's go ahead and throw it over to them for the breakdown.
Well, maraming salamat din sa napakagaling nating best Filipino talent na si Uomi. And again, Raiders getting game number 1 on the back of a debut pick of the Alpha against Falcons AP. Bren, i-breakdown natin yan dito sa ating analyst segment. Ako nga pala si Midnight, and welcome dito sa ating breakdown. Pero kailangan ko ng tulong dito. Guys, tama kayo sa akin. Kailangan ko ng pogi kasi. And i-welcome ko rito ang Hall of Legends inductee na si Kai Ray!
Hindi ko matanggal.
Hindi mo matanggal.
Patanggal nga.
Ay, teka lang. Ay, si Pentings pala to!
Bentings.
Ang gwapo mo kasi.
Thank you.
Sobrang napag-upuan ako dito eh. Pero bago ang lahat, tingnan muna natin dito ang ating MVP na poging-pogi din na si Jose, ang gold laner dito ng RSG. A very fantastic performance on the Claude here. And Bentings, matanong kita, gaano ba kalaki yung impact ng Claude dito ng RSG?
Sobrang ganda nung pick din dito ng Claude. Kasi Rafaela lang eh. Wala masyadong sisino. Pero naiintindihan naman natin yung brand pick ng Rafa Barats. Kasi gusto nilang takbuhan yung big ultimate ng RSG. Ang Yuzong, Claude, Paramis. Gusto nilang macroen.
Oh. And umabot tayo sa point actually, pinag-uusapan natin kanina na parang essentially free Claude game. Yung laro ni Jose dito at di nga natin siya nakitang nahirapan dahil 0 deaths yung nakuha dito ni Jose. Well, hindi nakuha. Naiwasan niya yung mga deaths. And syempre on the back of the amazing Netherun din na nanggagaling dito kay Aqua na nabanggit ng ating mga shoutcaster kanina na parang sunod-sunod yung pagpasok dito ng RSG and napakaganda ng layering. Would you say na with this debut of the lineup ng RSG, execution ba to or may something sa draft ni Coach Banda?
Ay, may something halatang pinagandaan tapos kailangan na ilabas. Kasi sobrang ganda ng pick ng Alpha, no? Meta na rin naman yan sa scrims. May nakakalaban na rin kami, no? Okay siya pag tank jungle yung kalaban kasi lahat ng skill niya true damage.
So, pag utility jungler, like yung mga Barats, talagang nakikita natin na pwedeng nga gamitin yung Alpha. And actually, hindi lang dito yan sa Pilipinas. Even sa ibang region, sa Indonesia, sa Russia, sa NA, ginagamit na rin yung Alpha. And kita naman natin yung effect dito ni Demon Kite. Usually, kapag nakakita nga tayo ng mga Alpha sa RG, no, parang damage type yung binubuo. Pero dito, iba eh, no?
Oo nga, ang galing ng adjustment sa build, no? Gusto lang talaga nila mag-team clash tapos yung Claude na yung bahala. Ikaw na bahala ako sa'yo.
Kamaga may decent frontliner dito ang RSG. And ang kinagandaan kasi ng Alpha is dahil nga na-buff siya, actually last year pa yung change kay Alpha, na ginawang true damage yung kanyang mga spells, ay parang hindi mo na kailangan essentially buildan ng damage items ang Alpha. And kanina nakita natin, puro brute force, puro tank item, and nandun pa yung problem nila na may Netherrealm pa dito si Aqua. Ano ba yung mga nakita mong special dito sa side ng RSG?
Siguro yung ang ganda rin ng pick ng Grok. Siguro, para sa akin pwedeng i-contest to ng Bren pag nawala na yung balance sa pool.
Yeah. And yung nabanggit mo nga kanina na parang nakapaghanda ng draft dito si Coach Panda. Especially yesterday. Reminder lang, kahapon, hindi binibigay talaga yung Grok. Even nung 2 days ago, hindi binibigay yung Grok dito kay Light. And ngayon nakita natin yung impact ng Grok for the side of RSG. Gano'ng kalaki sa perspective mo yung impact ni Light dito on the Grok?
Sobrang ganda, no? Sila yung, unang-una, sila yung nagdidikta ng clash. sila yung may karapatan kung saan nila dadalhin yung clash.
Oo.
Kaya ang ganda ng pick ng rock.
Parang ikaw mag-rock eh, no? Parang
Malapit na.
malapit na yan. And makikita natin dito actually, ang daming sapatos, punong-puno ng quantum charge dito, yung RSG. So tama yung sinasabi ni Bentix kanina na ang daming panghabol dito ng RSG na parang puprontahan lang nila, may protection sila ng Netherrealm. And again, yung Claude dito yung bahala mag-deal ng damage. Well, ang dami rin ng mga damage siya rito talaga ng Claude pagdating ng late game. Pero again, yung binakit natin kanina, naka-defensive items. Si Demon kahit hindi siya nag-deal ng damage, just to provide enough of a leeway or space kay Kusei na makapag-farm. And kita naman dito, napakataas ang kanyang GPM. 784 and 77.4k damage dealt. Ang masasabi ko na talaga dito, naging free Claude game talaga.
That this could mean if the Fredrin isn't banned out, that goes that way. But again, a lot of people probably wondering, hey, we weren't expecting the Alpha Dog 360 to come out from Demonkite. I sure wasn't. But let's look at this. They've got a 57% blue side win rate for RSG. Fcap, they got 61% here on their red side. We'll see how they respond. You can already see the bans coming out here. Of course, that chip, that Louis Yi is going to be banned out by RSG this time around. And then Fcap, they're like, you know what, we're tired of dealing with the Fairness and that Heron.
Yeah, despite how open the meta is slowly becoming, more now than in the opening weeks of the patch. I like how red side still has the must-ban Harrod situation.
Yeah.
And now as blue side, you have such control over the tempo that you can just take out the cheese and like one solid pick.
Yeah. And it makes sense for Falcons AP Brent to ban the Harith in this scenario, other than the fact that because it's freaking Harith, it's the most picked blue side first pick for RSGPH actually.
It's law.
Yeah. After that, dude, there's so much heroes that RSGPH can go for. Arlott, Matilda. They took out the Fredrin, Novaria even. Matt Hilda's
Matt Hilda.
Matt Hilda.
Bring it out, Matt Hilda.
Matt Hilda's available for the Raiders. Yeehaw.
That sounds about right. Let's
That
see
was
if
great,
they do
nice
it.
too.
That was, thank you. You're the best talent here. CC, though, is the most used hero from Flapteasy. That's also open. So let's see exactly what they go
CC
for.
got snubbed game
CC,
one, by
yeah,
the way.
CC has been snubbed. RSG thinking about this one because I think you guys made a really good point. You know, is they've adapted to that point where, again, when we were in the regular season, Blue Side was so adamant on that win rate and being able to pick up that power pick first. But now we see this kind of dynamic changing, and especially in the first phase with flex picks coming up. So I'm still wondering. I was going to say, Novaria is still open. You might as well go for some vision. But we saw this first picked up in the previous game by Fcap. It didn't work out so well for them, although the damage and vision is still there.
It's one of those games, Reptar. It's one of those games where the Matilda just goes, whoop.
Yeah, and RSG page is like telling them, we don't care.
Let it
Owen,
go.
Matilda, it's fine. We'll take away
I like it
Novaria.
better than the Raphael, though.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
sure.
you know what I mean? Matilda on the Ogwin.
Definitely. I want an RG earlier with Matilda. A lot of people have been winning RGs with Matilda. So it makes a lot of sense. So RGPA drafting the Novaria. Maybe they could be setting up for a Kaja later. Again, that's a classic combo of Kaja and Novaria together. And don't forget, they have a chance to go Novatrix. And I think they're going down this route because they're thinking that there's going to be a few on the side of Falcons AP Bren. Faramis, I meant, not a few. So that might pop up later. So Ogun will pick up the Matilda. But I like how Falcons are now picking up the Yuzong for Flapteasy, that aggressive EXP laner. How we saw Nats play it earlier, Flap's just going to play it the same. Pop the dragon, jump to the back.
Yep, I think that'll work great. And this is already, having the Yuzhong, having the Matilda, I was about to call it Matilda once again.
I'm not sorry.
You know, yeah, it's not wrong. Call it what you want. But Matilda, obviously very strong for any of these lineups. And now that you add this where you can expect, okay, Yuzhong can initiate like we saw from Nats previously, but then you have a getaway card as well and set up potential with the Circling Eagle.
It's also a steal, in my opinion, because if in game one it wasn't Kusei, I would have given the MVP nod to Nats.
The Nats.
Oh, yeah. His zone out, his diving into the back. Ooh, it's going to be a Paquito Yuzhong mashup. I actually thought it'd be Kaja Bakship, but no, they go for the Bakship pack instead. So this is RSGPH telling Falcons AP Brand, no, we're happy with the Paquito Yuzhong matchup. 50-50. Let's see how it's going to work. Now will Falcons AP Brand play the game of we're going to pick our gold laner now and start banning them out in the second phase.
There we go.
It's jungle. Okay.
That sounds like Barat,
Yeah, it is Barrett's. It is the Barrett's against the Paquito. So yeah, that's the Paquito. That's the response to the Paquito.
But it is a jungle confirmed. Like there's no flex in here.
Oh wait, no, yeah. I mean, in terms of like the overall team fighting, if Paquito isn't careful, he's gonna be the first one down. Makes sense.
Okay, well, You can see that too, the stats here for Aqua with the Novaria, of course. It's a 50% win rate for him, but again, you guys got to remember, this guy is low-key. Something is bound to happen in Aqua's hands, and it'll just happen when you're least expecting it. So we'll see what the other bans are going to be, of course, from Fcap. Obviously, the gold lane not locked in yet for Kosei. We actually just saw him have an amazing game with that Claude, so I'm wondering, they already took out the carry. Do they actually decide, hey, let's take out the Claude one more time, narrow things down further?
They can pick it, Joseph. They can pick it.
They can pick it too, because we know, hey, Super Marco, signature pick is as well for him, and they're going to have that answer right after they get through the second phase.
Claude, most likely, yeah, I agree with you there. Part of me is thinking maybe Nathan will consider it, but after the game that Kosei had, might be better for Falcon Saber Brent to not give that
Not
to
give it.
Kosei. Yeah. Safer choice. And plus at this, but Claude into the Paquito? That's a little bit of a risky bisky.
You know what's risky bisky is anytime Nats has his hands on the Paquito, it's risky.
Well, what's left if not the Claude? I think the Claude is a better matchup than a Nathan.
At least you can BMI out and you have the guiding wind as well.
Yeah.
Like, you got. That's why I said you got a couple
All right.
get out of jail free cards.
Okay, you guys are selling me more on the
Claude.
Claude
than anything
idea
else,
than
right?
the Nathan. That's
What's
true.
Nathan gonna do? Entropy?
Hey man, entropy hurts.
It does. That's
And
true.
he scales up fast. With the Nathan paired up with the Matilda Yuzang, but you know what? I'm going to stop defending the Nathan now, and before that fourth pick does become a Claude,
Yeah.
people are going to be like, ha ha, you were wrong.
Hey, you know what? At this point, last ban here for RSG, it looks like they could also obviously be kind of just going for the narrow down in the gold lane. Now, we saw that Grok was banned out. That's not going to allow Light to do what he did all early game in the previous one, where he was throwing his body time after time again. And that's really what got the death ball rolling. You know, you really have to count these roamers for that impact they have from an early game.
The Edith will be open for Light.
Oh.
It's going to be problematic later for Falcon Aperman. Edith would go very good already up against the Yuzang and the Barretts.
Okay, the choice here, do they lock in the Claude that is still open? Do they go, what does Fcap do here, given what they've already got? They got enough durability, they got enough even mobility, just locking in the Matilda. So really, they don't want to struggle with the damage we saw before. There it is, there's the Claude
that's
locked
the
in.
Claude. As all three of us unanimously were saying this entire time, definitely the Claude, no doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
That we did.
Yeah,
Jump on
we
the
did.
bandwagon.
Just like how he makes all those sounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeehaw.
So Reptar.
just pick up Edith RSG.
I think they do.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Edith Beatrix.
Edith or the Claude. Oh, sorry, Edith or the Koch.
You did
Yeah.
call the Novatrix, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
not something you would typically see.
Oh, it's a
Wait.
Kov.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
the
there
Kov.
you go. The Moskov into the Edith sounds good.
Oh, and Moskov into Claude is just sad.
So this is the Novkov.
He's gonna purify. They're gonna have to purify.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Nov and
You
Kov.
like that? You like that?
Come on. Is it going to be Edith for Light? Oh, Min? Oh, no, Minotaur.
I've heard our good friend Wolf call it the Moskov area.
There it is.
Novkov's better. Okay, last pick here.
Novkov's catchy.
God,
Edith.
at least I got something.
Hey, you know what? You got that award.
What's Few play, man?
You know what? I wouldn't knock a Nana.
No way.
Come on, man. He already won with it earlier this season and earlier in the playoffs, too.
There's a lady in the crowd that's gonna be wild, and if there is a Nana pick here, I'm looking at her right now.
Hey, I completely understand if that pops up, because that was me for the longest time with gourd picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earlier with the
Yep.
Alpha Dog.
Alpha Dog as well. So all the Nana mains out there. That's not
Valentina?
Nana.
You know,
Of course,
maybe.
we forget
Yeah.
that there's
Tina.
a Valentina, so you're stealing the
Auntie Tina.
It's
you're
Tita Tina.
You're stealing the echoes. That's about it.
Yeah, the Astro
That's
Echo.
tough, Pete. That's rough,
Yeah,
man.
it is rough.
It is. I mean, it increases their hitbox for the Blazing Duet, for anything that the Yuzang tosses out.
The fact that that's the only one you want to steal. Look at it.
Like, what else are you going to take from there?
I guess you can
The
take
Puissance.
the primal. No,
Puissance would be okay.
no, the primal
I was
wrath.
going to say Primal Wrath?
You know, you can't take the Primal Ref because you're not going to be able to max out the bar.
Yeah, but I think it's better than the Puissance. Because the
Yeah.
Puissance, you walk around. You're
Hey.
gonna get punched.
We've seen Valentinus use the Tortoise's Puissance as an escape tool, and then the
Alright.
anti-healing would be good up against the Moskov, the Edith.
So on a defensive.
On a
position.
defensive. I agree with you. It will be the Echo most of the time used.
Okay.
It's gotta be.
Look at the lineup here different. It is, of course, Fcap that gets the advantage here for this one.
Well,
But I don't know. Obviously execution factor here because both the lineups can work.
And I think we're going into deja vu
Welcome
where
to
in
Mobile
RSG
Legends.
lineup, it's just so easy to execute.
Yeah.
While it's Falcons AP Brand, that's like, all right, maybe it's a two-step process.
Yeah. Well, let's find out here. Jumping in the game at number 2 in this best of 5. Can Fcap even out the series 1-1 here? Demon Kite already dealing with Ogwin. Signature moves here on that Matilda.
One thing we have to look out for here is the matchup between the Claude and the Moskov. So these two are going to be the ones mainly left for split pushing duty. The problem is, Claude up against the Moskov, and both of them are just split pushing. If they bump Uglies in lane, it's the Moskov that's going to be happy to see the Claude. Claude would want to get away from that as much as possible. Claude winning that matchup against the Moskov in the latter portions of the game means the Claude just performed really well. So RSGPH just have the lineup right now that if you're going to think about split pushing, just does it a little bit better.
Okay, we'll see if they can go that route. And now also, I'm going to be keeping an eye on how that first turtle goes. Because remember the previous game, if you did miss it, it was 3 kills that actually went in the hands of Fcap early on. And then because of Naths being very decisive, he was able to start turning things around alongside Light. And really similar things can happen here with the heroes that they picked up. So this time around, Demon Kite will get that level 4. Naths and Light, of course, on this top side as well.
Oh
Flap,
no! The flicker in and the CC! Flap wasn't ready for it. RSG draws first blood. Now the fight continues. Falcons AP Brent a little late to the scene. 3 members apiece going in. Make that 4. RSG rotating towards the pit.
We talked about decisiveness from Naths. Now that's great early decisiveness by Light. So it looks like, this is what we were talking about earlier. RSUPH have been pressuring the EXP lane, more this series.
Yeah, and with that, they're going to be able to get themselves these level 4s that are crucial for this first turtle take. Fcap trying to get in position. Few holds on to the Primal Wrath here.
And Nats dashing in, drawing a line between them and the rest of their teammates. Here comes Flab with the Black Dragon form, drawing a kill on the Light. Kyle TZ with a secure on the turtle. Nats way behind enemy lines. Kyle TZ with a missile expert trying to keep him down. Taking down the Entertainer. That's 2 kills for Fcap.
I have to correct myself. You know what that looks like? That looks like Valentina that used the Primal Wrath, and it seems like when she uses that, it's at max potential. Ogwin stole the purple!
Grab that purple! Oh, that is the all-star roamer of Season 13 showing up. What a reset by the Falcons.
As my Spanish ancestors would say, that was no bueno.
No bueno, Mr. Fuego, right?
What the hell?
Hey, you told me.
Yeah, we do look alike. Shout out to Fuego, a popular creator here in the Philippines for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. We are not brothers. Cousins, maybe.
Yep, next time, say hello to those people, right? Now, going back to the game here. Fcap has garnered themselves a nice little early lead, not to mention Ogwin stealing that purple is going to help him really just kind of be a pest this early on, and that's what he wants to do, helping, of course, Kyle TZ rotate as well. So, you know, with that, RSG finding themselves this behind a little bit. Look at this. Even Demon Kite is just going to get forced out of his jungle.
Oh, they're asserting their dominance. Kyle TZ committing the retribution just to deny that much of a wee bit XP and gold from DK.
Yeah, and that purple buff steal and then that other steal as well on the Scaled Lizard means that's almost a 2-level gold lead in terms of the bars. Actually, you see it there. Demon Kite all the way a little bit closer to hitting 6, but Kyle TZ is level 7. So right now, Fcap have controlled the center of the map. They can build something out of here, and you can see it with from how Fuse playing aggressive, along with Ogwin and Kyle just going into the jungle of RSG non-stop. Demon Kite's pressured here, man.
Oh, yeah, they're not letting up. Again, the fact that they're just waiting for turtle, I mean, that's the main objective. That's a timer they're looking for. Means they're still going. Circle Eagle in by Ogwin. Few has stolen again the Edith. Ult, and now the DK throw in. That's coming in. Gets a double knockout, sharing it with Demon Kite. Down goes Flap and Kyle.
You can always count on Nats.
He made that look so easy. He was like, all right, I'm coming here, guys. And the funny thing was, Falcons AP Brand had the vision. They knew that Nats was coming there. I don't think they just expected the sudden burst.
Yeah, I don't think they... And that's the thing, he doesn't even have a completed item, right? He's still working on... I believe he's going to grab that Hunter Strike first, but still, the damage with that champ stance, it's surprising. Now he just picks up the Hunter Strike, so he's got that. And you have to respect the damage with his Paquito. Like I mentioned back from the draft, you know, he locks it in. But with that Fcap, they lost a little bit of lead they had, but they're still going to go ahead and go for the objective. Light gives them the information, while the rest of them are on the top side. So they'll most likely give this up, trade it for map presence as Kyle TZ gets that next turtle.
I reckon that's a good trade. Again, RSG can only really take those fights and shock Fcap into kills.
Yep.
But when it comes down to like sheer objective taking, Falcons AP Brand have a good A to B line, especially when it's a trio of Kyle, Ogwin, and Few. I think the fact that Few came in late might have been the problem in that last engagement.
Yeah. Also, Flap TZ was hugging the shrub close to the river where Nats was passing through. At the moment, Flap, it looked like he just wanted to set up a really good Petrify for him and Falcons AP Brand. That's when the knockout strike from Nats came in, and it just stopped Flap TZ from being able to dish out the combo as a Yuzong. So I'm thinking here, if I'm Flap, play the Yuzong similar to how you played it yesterday and how Nats been playing it. Just be aggressive with it, man.
Oh,
Deja vu.
they're not letting up. They're doing the same maneuvers as they did about a couple of minutes ago where they got punished.
That time, though, they second-guessed it because
Yeah.
Nats was there in the bush, and they're like, all right, we don't want that to happen again.
Not again.
But I do like what they're doing. They're trying to keep the pressure there so that they're at least forcing Demon Kite as well to use that retry, secure it himself, and have a response from RSG this time around.
Yeah, and you gotta appreciate how RSGPH actually rushed anti-heal items. Dominance Ice was the first item here for the Edith, while Aqua rushed the Necklace of Durans.
All right, if there's any indication, I think Marco is now double timing up on the farm. At least when it comes down to creeps, right? Rather, minions.
Minions.
He's actually focused now on getting up there alongside the Moscow on Kusei.
Yeah, he's got to. This time around, I mean,
He's up on XP too.
yeah, he's up on it because last game, obviously, very much a struggle for him. This time around, too, one thing that Fcap has to watch out for as the game goes on is where Kosei decides to go with that.
Oh no, he finds a Spear of Devastation on the Few. That's a ult spent on RSG. Now they can reposition as the turtle spawns.
Few will have the capability to steal another ultimate though. But it looks very good right now for RSGPH. Kyle TZ, will he try? Too risky.
There's the Echo, and onward, full-on collapse here. Flap TZ with the Black Dragon form. They're gonna burst down Light, sending him back, and there's a Primal Wrath onto him. Kyle TZ in trouble. Blazing Duet from Marco. Not enough damage just yet. Light is still alive. He gets popped by the Edith, and he walks away, finessing. No look, fade away kill for Light.
It's so difficult right now to get even close, or once you think you've got the main damage dealers of RSGPH, they'll just have an ability to create space. You saw Flap TZ was desperately trying to take Kusei, maybe even Light down, but then he got immobilized, knocked back. He was so close, yet so far, and that little bit of space helped Light, helped RSG, so that Light can get the kills and to be able to free hit as the Edith. Edith showing why she's risen up in the ranks as a top pick in the meta in this playoffs.
Definitely for all you roam players out there. If you're tired of picking roam tanks, just go the Edith. You get to do some damage as well, and that's what we saw Light just pull off. This time around, though, Fcap really just kind of trying to find these wins. I mean, items falling into place here before this Lord breaks out.
It just snapped in that last engagement. It was much closer between Kusei and Marco, but now look at this. There's about 600, 700 between them.
And there's also a significant gap between the two mid laners right now. Dimikai going forward.
That's two spotted. Missile Expert compromising the position on a DK. The knock up and Helkert! Oh, we're back! We're back! And there's the Black Dragon form looking for the combo on the three. Misses the ult, misses the jump up, looking for the tail spin. And now the circling eagle. Kusei flickers back out. Flap TZ down. And just like that, RSG are pushing their advantage. Nats, though, traded out 1 for 1.
Okay, they trade the XP laners, and that
That was not done.
Low-key King!
That was not done.
That was low-key. You didn't see that coming? Hikey, damn!
Oh my, just when you thought that was an even trade, here comes Aqua to turn the tide. And now it's flowing in their favor. Can Fcap do anything?
They're gonna look and say, nah, we cannot. Detna's welcome on to Light, throwing him into the wall. Super Marco takes out Kusei. He secures the Lord right through the hole of a needle. Fcap are able to fly in, soaring through the pit taking down that major objective, taking it right underneath RSG's nose.
Shades of the back and forth fights we saw yesterday between Liquid Echo and Falcons AP Bren. Great micro decisions by both. Light was trying his absolute damnedest to stop Kyle TZ, but somehow, someway, he just got within enough range. Dude, Light threw all of his control abilities up against that Barrett's, but because of RSG being way too laser focused to try and stopping Kyle TZ, that allowed Falcons AP Bren to dance around RSGPH and fight them.
Okay, they're going to deal with this turret. Lord will go down as well. They're still going to push in with some of the minions, of course, getting these tier 2 still on the top side. So Fcap able to make a big power play so far with this. And they've got themselves that lead now. We're going to take a look at the replay here brought to us by Infinix and see how that unfolded again. Aqua was able to get a snipe off. And look at this.
Yeah, you have to watch Kyle TZ in Light, but watch out for Kuse in his positioning right now. Blazing duet by Super Marco. Ogwen, great tracking and helping Marco be able to deal damage with the Wisps as well. With the Moskov down, that was just a win for Falcons APB.
Okay, real quick, 2 items. They're falling into place here, Renmar.
Yeah.
Anything sticking out?
Significant gold lead between the 2 junglers in favor of Kyle TZ. Still went for sustain, did few. With picking up the Blood Wings, he's going to be going for, is that a Lightning Truncheon as his 3rd item? Interesting itemization by the Capitan.
Okay, so Fcap finding themselves with a nice, comfortable lead to work with now. Even the real-time win rate says so. So they're going to just try to continue to choke out anything they can from RSG. And it's up to, really, for Light and Naz to kind of hold up the front line. And this is where it gets a little bit harder, of course, for Kosei, too. Yes, he's got... He can actually purify out of some of this CC being thrown at him, but he's really got to be careful on how he uses that Spear of Destruction and not putting himself in a bad position. But you can see he's pumping out the damage. It's mostly just positioning for him, and that's one thing that he has to be really careful for in comparison to what Super Marco can do. Especially when you have a Matilda in the hands of Ogwin, you have a little more leeway to work on aside for Super Marco. So for Fcap, we'll see them get adjusted. Aqua and Fuel, like we mentioned, they're doing pretty much the same amount of work here for the team when it comes down to the numbers. But Aqua, as the game goes further, that scaling is going to be really good on this Novaria.
And I think that's what Few is trying to make up for with the Tranche. Again, this is a Valentina that needs to get in your face to be able to deal the consistent amount of damage.
CDR.
The CDR and the passive, the tick, the trigger
the
off of the Lightning Truncheon will allow for Fcap to better collapse. Again, between these 2 lineups, RSG has a better collapse, a full 5-man. But now Fcap can kind of close that gap, which makes, again, Kyle TZ's deadness welcome all the more important. It's an automatic -1.
Speaking of Lightning Truncheon, Aqua picked up 1 too, and Nats has an Oracle, so this is gonna be surprisingly tanky. Paquito.
That's a massive Echo spotting for the knock-up on the Lord. Ogwen in trouble. Deadness welcome, throwing it into the wall. It's Nats. And now FlapDZ looking to secure a kill. Nats flickering on out to the west flank. And they're going to get their man. They let go. Nats can buy time here. Full staffs in the champ stance. Lord gets reset.
Okay, all right. Again, we got to take a breather here. That Lord dance was going. I'm not sure if this is RSG side or Fcap, but of course they got to figure it out. Looks like it could be over for Fcap this time around as they get things figured out. But again, when we look at this Lord dance starting up, you see that it was basically going to be a reset. No one could get anyone down. They even chased Nats. He had a huge shield pop up. He was able to sustain and stay alive because if he did go down, then Fcap would have had that advantage for the Lord dance.
And he was slow vamping off the wave.
Yeah.
Oracle coming in just in time, and most importantly, so people, and I was honestly thinking to myself, why didn't Flap go down from the Black Dragon form? He could have petrified combo the members of RSG. There was a moment where they were all stacked up together. Then I realized the members of Falcons AP Bren are quite low. It would have been a risky fight to take. It wasn't even a 50-50. It was like a 60%, 40% chance that it would have been a win for RSGPH. Although that might be a point of contention between people right now, but then you saw the flight pattern of FlapDZ afterwards. He decided to just try and back up Super Marco in the mid to take down Naz. Unfortunate that they couldn't. I'd like to think Falcons AP Bren, specifically FlapDZ, made the right call there to not commit the full-on combo as a Yuzong.
Yeah, they're playing with a Matilda, so they can go for the re-engage.
Yeah.
They're fine. They look low, yes, but give them maybe 5 seconds or so, and they'll be fine. They're tuckered out now, but after a quick little nappy nap, you know, like a
Like what?
Little, like a little nappy nap.
Yeah.
A little baby?
Sure, if you want. I don't know where this is coming from, Reptar.
Don't have a tantrum, Reptar.
None. None.
Now we're going back to it again. You know, this is a turning event here. Whoever is able to actually secure this Lord, of course, as we are 13 and a half minutes into this game. And obviously for Fcap and all their fans out there, they want to be able to secure this and march into the base of RSG to even out the series 1-1. It looks like they could be able to pull it off, given what we just kind of went over, and the fact, too, that, hey, you've got this Matilda to work with. You can build around that. Kyle's been pretty good as well on locking some of these objectives down, whereas Demon Kite struggled a little bit in the early game, but he's in a much better position now, too, if you're looking at even these stats here between them. But obviously, a Barrett is always something that you have to deal with, especially when he's fully stacked up here.
Yeah, that's something that RSG don't have that I think they would have preferred, is the full-on pace setter. Because as a Baksha, like the best thing you can do is stand around and make what your teammates are doing much better. As the Barats, you can say, all right, let's kill this one target and then make it a -1.
Like, you are the guy to make the call for the Daytona's welcome set in and make it happen.
It's a period for a Barats.
Yeah. Not only that, but you can throw them into the enemy team.
That too. It's a force multiplier. A Baksha to me is more an ellipses, like a dot, or a comma. Like, there's got to be something else that follows.
I did not know that was called ellipses.
Yeah, it's an ellipses. It makes a lot of sense, though. Really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
See, aren't you?
No, I'm surprised you didn't know it was called
Yeah, I
an
know.
ellipses.
I didn't teach grammar.
Okay.
Actually, you know what I did? But I didn't call it. If I was telling my students, hey, this is an ellipses, they're probably not going to remember that. So that's a dot.
All right. That's fair, man. That's fair.
You were saying.
As I was saying, and no, I'm definitely not trying to stretch right now so I can remember my thought. I've lost track. I derailed myself with the whole
He was talking about the comparison between the Barretts and the Baksha. Of course, yeah, with the Baksha, you know, it's a little more like you're not as able to give the go signal as a Barretts can.
Well, I mean, I would have to disagree to that because we sort of saw Carl Teasy play that way against Falcon's AP brand as a Baksha. A lot of people were wondering, why is this Baksha so aggressive? He's playing this as if he's a Lance, minus the dashes. It's Lance standing there, actually.
Yeah.
Well, but that's when you're ahead.
I was going to say, did Carl Teasy have the lead?
No, that's the thing. He just kept doing it. It's as if he was just running his head into a wall until Liquid Echo had the lead. So
Carl's just built it.
Yeah.
Carl Teasy just built him.
And Demon Kite isn't? I thought you were a Raider, bro.
I am a Demon Kite stan. I love my RSG Raiders. But I'm saying Carl Teasy's built him.
He is the GOAT. Yeah.
This did not go the direction I thought it would.
It's turned into a debate between the Barretts and the Baksha.
It started as that.
We're debate masters.
Yep, all right.
The gift of the gab.
The gift of the gab, that's right.
Aren't they here to regulate these matches?
Yes.
You know what? I'm just wondering too, man. As we look at, I'm looking behind us and we're seeing the kind of get situated here. It looks like Falcons AP Brand is nearly ready. RSG, they're looking calm and collected. They're smiling though. I feel like they're like, okay, you know what? We have something up our sleeves for this Lord Dance once we get back to it.
I believe we are at liberty to be able to share with our online viewers watching at home and everywhere else in the world. We're going to share with you some information that, of course, the lovely people here at the Champions Arena are able to see. The players of both teams actually have their headsets off right now. So,
and there's about 3 marshals apiece per team.
Oh, no, they're coming on.
Oh, Falcons AP putting on.
Yeah.
RSGPH putting them on as well. Demon Kite, you better swallow that cup of water. Okay, there.
Hey, I love Zenitsu too.
Oh, is that Zenitsu?
I love Zenitsu too.
That's Zenitsu's cape.
Yep.
The dude who's so scared of fighting he just passes out.
Oh, that is a throwback right there. Wolf Butters, man, Gene.
Oh my God, Wolf, keep the facial hair on, man.
This was from 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
2018.
That was a while back.
You know, Wolf. It's good. I think he's on the desk, of course, over there on Tagalog. 30 seconds away from this. Like I said, the players are putting their headphones back on, so they're going to be ready to lock and load here in just a second.
Again, as a quick recap for everyone, just so that we're ready when we go back in, we were in the middle of a Lord Dance that got reset.
Yeah. It was about, it didn't get fully reset, but it was happening. Whoa. Is that Midnight?
That's Midnight. He's showing us a
What is he showing us? I can't read the name.
That's
Is that
burrito, Butters, and Manjin.
Ah,
And this is a game wherein I'm assuming Boji is Butters.
Yes.
Scored a bronze. I'm just saying what I'm seeing, man.
You know what they say in Tagalog? Tanzo.
Tanso.
Haha, chocolate Tanzo.
That's yeah. if you want to be nice about it, call it rose gold.
Rose gold?
Why a rose gold?
I never heard that one.
It's not even pink. It's
Yeah, I
just
was gonna say,
bronze, dude.
Chocolate then.
Chocolate.
yeah, haha, chocolate factory. Is that another one?
Someone's pulling. What is this?
Are they pulling us?
What are they pulling?
Are they
What
pulling KOF?
KOF times? MLBB times?
KOF.
KOF?
Of course.
Oh my goodness! Ray,
Oh, that's you! That's you!
no, thank goodness they didn't zoom in on that one.
And it was slightly off
blurred
focus
out.
too.
Yeah, they saw a shirtless guy and they're like, yeah, we can't put that on.
Is that you
broadcast.
with like 7% body fat or something?
Nah, it's probably 10. I
10?
was about 12 years younger.
So at that time,
That was
you were
baby Naisu.
you were 13 because you're 25 now.
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't be showing 13-year-old me.
That's a minor. That's topless.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do
Can't
that.
do that.
No.
All right, now let's share with the audience. The lights are dimming.
He was 21, all right, folks.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
21.
he was 21 when he modeled.
We got to clear that
He was
up.
21 when he modeled. Oh, it's TSC Pro Team!
Hey, they're all here.
Oh, man, what happened to the burger era? The burger era.
Here we go.
Oh! We're going back in. Back to the Lord Dance we go. Oh,
Hey!
hey. Okay.
Here we are.
Here
Flappy's
we
is in
are.
a good position to catch someone, though. Oh, he's not there
That's
anymore.
enough yapping. They said, let's jump into the game here as we get a situated light. Not going to land that one. Few will take it, though. Lord being worked on.
And now Lord here at a fifth of its health. Ogwin catches one, circling eagle. The knockup by the Lord. Marco taken out by Kusei. RSD collapsing onto the Falcons. And down Kusei goes.
Light.
Flapteasy finds his man. Down goes Light. Lord taken down by Kyle Teasy.
Oh.
And now a full-on fight breaks out into the pit.
Nats!
Demon Kite goes down. Nats goes down,
what?
taken out by Flapteasy and Kyle Teasy as well. Nats still up. Gets the
Oh.
wheel spin. Few finishes the job. It's a 4-for-3 trade. A bloody victory for the Falcons.
Welcome back to the lower bracket finals. Aqua's the last man remaining, and what a hell of a fight. We thought Few wouldn't go back there. Ogwin used the guiding wind alongside the circling eagle to tell Few, come back over here, man. Let's get this man down. But Nats, that was insane. He set up that advantage for Falcons AP brand, but we have to credit Flap from getting that 3-man knockup with a petrify and sending back Kusei to set up a kill rather for Few.
Okay, Leo, you were close enough. The base is fully exposed this time around off that Lord. So it's like we painted that beautiful picture and then we just threw paint all over it.
Let me tell you, I was right down the middle, right?
Yep.
Best case scenario, they end. Worst case, they just take 2. They take somewhere down the middle. They take 3.
It's everything. Falcons AP Bren now looking at the items. Full build for the Claude. Still chasing the Malefic Roar is that Moskov. For the mid lane, already up to a Divine Glaive. Both of them chasing their final items. Most likely going to be, not Immortality actually for Few. He's going to be going for another magic item.
Okay.
Damage item, rather.
Yeah. Go damage item. And, I mean, even when you look at that, okay, Kosei just gets a Malefic Roar here. But when you look at that last exchange, that last fight, man, Fcap thought in all the right places, in all the right corners and avenues, right? That's what really worked out for them. So, but you look at this, look at the damage still provided from RC. That is what has to be respected here, especially the fact that some of these last items are being picked up, you know, and dealing with that. So Fcap, even with the advantage they have, again, they have the space advantage. They have a lot of this going for them right now, but they still have to respect the damage being thrown at them. We saw what Nats almost pulled off. Just briefly there.
Yeah.
So they're going to hold down these mid lanes and these lanes pushing in, but really, are we just waiting for this next Lord to come up?
Yeah, for sure. And one of the problems right now, though, for Falcons AP Brand, yes, they have a massive lead. They control the map. We're seeing every time Super Marco enters is that there's always going to be someone waiting for him. Yes, he does have the Purify, but then what if RSGPH chain crowd controls together? That's what happened in the last engagement. Super Marco entry, the Blazing Duet looked good. Nats bursted him for Super Marco back. Then when he went back in again, he just got chained by crowd control. It's just incredibly fortunate that Falcons AP Brand actually won that fight with that Claude down. But now we're seeing and we're being reminded as to why Claude matchup into a Paquito. Sometimes it just doesn't go so well for the Claude because of the instant burst and combo that the Paquito can dish out once the Claude entries.
And you can't purify damage.
Can't purify damage.
Like, you can walk away, but when the Paquito has its champ stance on, things go off of cooldown, you get full comboed in, take a nap.
Dirt nap.
Dirt now.
You like that, huh?
That's what it is right
6
now.
feet under.
Yeah. Lord up here, Fcap in position to go ahead and take this. Look at the positioning of RSG. They got to manage the waves as well, pushing on all sides of the base here. So what does this do? What does RSG do here? How do they approach it?
I reckon they're going to go ahead and contest, partner. Throwing out the Astral Echoes. The Spear of Destruction set in. It's going to go off cooldown. Not a good position for Kusei to call it in. Soft reset on the Lord.
Yeah, good call to soft reset it because RSGPH were in a better position actually that if it didn't get reset, they'll push forward and get advantage. Now Fcap's rushing it.
Oh, look at
Look
Naps.
at Nas going for the flank. Gonna find Kusei here. Pushed out. Very low is few. Down he goes. Knocked out by Nats. And Nats gets knocked up. Demon Guy with a secure. And forcing out a Blazing Duet on the retreat by Super Mario. Cloud-Teasy does take out Nats. Flap taken out by Kusei. And now Flap-Teasy and the rest of Falcons AP Brent are sent retreating. Sent back in. Demon Kite gets the jump in. Ogun trying to stop him from coming in any further. Demon Kite taken down 2 for 2.
they wanna fight?
Here comes a clap back by Falcons AP Bren. Oh, the Star Shadow coming in. Down goes Ogun. Kusei finishes the job. 3 for 2. Kusei with the win chant. Marco pops him. Immortality in both. There's the knock-up. The Earth Shatter wiping out the Falcons. Wings clipped.
They have to run back. Light will be able to clear the minion waves. The Lord was gotten by RSGPH. Falcons AP Brand got bait into the taking fights. Kusei again could have potentially gotten another MVP-worthy turnaround play, committing the Spear of Destruction onto 2 low members of Falcons AP Brand and taking that fight.
Not to mention Aqua again firing off, making them be in the chase and then whittling them down and hitting 2 in that exchange.
Aqua hasn't died yet, gentlemen.
The itemization of Kusei, Athena Shield and Rose Gold Meteor. That's why I was wondering, where are those shields coming from? I know the RGM. I didn't realize he went with an Athena Shield too.
Concealed by Light. Throwing out the Aqua Echoes. Spots
Ow.
3. That's a lot of damage.
Wow.
And now Lord still standing. Going to be crashing on to that low lane inhibitor. Still survives at about half health.
Okay, they hold it together. Fcap doing fine. They dealt with the Lord. Now they're going to lose some of the turrets, though, of course. Naz working on that tier 2. They got to deal with the last push from the minions here.
There is a wave in top lane and in mid. There you go, finally popped in. Fcap's base exposed.
What a turnaround by RSG Philippines. And right now, one thing I'm wondering is that if the Astral Echo increases the hitbox for the passive of the Moskov, because any other member behind, and it feels like slightly beside them are actually taking increased damage. It does.
It does.
Yeah.
So this is like a new, somewhat dirtier version than of the Nova tricks.
Instead of a square behind you, it turns into
like a cone.
somewhat of a cone, yeah. Oh, AoE spears.
That's pretty devastating, especially when you pair it up with just the shots, obviously, from Aqua as well. And so now Fcap finds himself on the back burner. They do hold on to the 2 base turrets, but looking at how they approach this next Lord in about 15 seconds, you're going to have to be very careful. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fcap actually tries to play with the advantage that the base turrets in RSG are down, and maybe they put pressure on there so they have somewhat of a push. Hold on.
There's a deadness welcome. Flap-Teasy very low. No one home as the immortality is popped. Flap-Teasy goes in for the full combo. Few gets some damage in, but not before. Kyle goes. Marco in the back line, taking down 3. Shutting down Aqua's first death. Double kill for Bulletproof Marco. And now Nats left alone. Splitting the map. Demon Knight elsewhere as well. Marco with the bullet. And the clapback. Win Chan up. And now Ogwin and Marco going hunting. Where are you going? Circling Eagle. Pow! Nats gets knocked out himself. KO.
Claude and Matilda. The guiding wind, circling eagle, bringing Super Marco to the backline, and it now looks endable for Fcap.
Mid and bottom have waves in. 3 members of Falcons AP Brand coming in. Sweet retribution as we go into game 3. 1-1.
What a game and what a series we have in store for us. It's 1-1.
That was lit. That was lit, folks. No other way to put it. We are witnessing another night of peak Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Oh, gentlemen, I know it took us a little longer to get to that second half of game number 2, but man, was it worth it.
Ang lumilipad na Matilda ni Ogwen and Falcons AP Bren really soared high in this game number 2 on the back of the Matilda na binigay din naman ng RSG. Pero kita natin yung effect, yung impact. Bakit nga ba napakalakas ng isang Matilda lalo pat mahawakan ng isang macro-oriented na team as we see yung kill participation niya rito 100%. And ito yung essence ng Matilda. It enables this skirmishing capability ng kanyang mga teammates and of course yung save na nangagaling mula doon sa guiding wind. But also with the presence of the Purify, parang mahirap nga naman talaga patayin si Ogwen dito dahil meron siya mga dash, meron siyang shield, especially amplified with the Flask of the Oasis. Parang may isang hero na napakahirap na nga patayin. Tapos sasama pa niya yung teammate niya para masigurado na kahit nandoon yung Raiders para mag-initiate ng team fight ay may exit. May guaranteed way out ang Falcons AP Bren sa mga team fights. Pero kita naman natin nung early game para lamang ma-remind kayo lahat ay nagkaroon ng swing dito sa Raiders. Nandoon yung Novaria ni Aqua na finish pick by the way ng RSG. And nagpakita din naman ng damage dito sila Kusei. Pero what is important is in this game is yung positioning for Falcons AP Bren. Napakaraming reset on the side of RSG. Pero yung damage and initiation ay nasa kamay naman ng Falcons AP Bren. Kaya hindi takot pumasok dito sila Super Marco, sila Flap TZ kasi nga meron silang guiding wind, meron silang exit out. Pero it will boil down to how you fight here for both sides. Napaka-importante rito na maghintay at maging patient sa mga wasted na skills or mga nababurn na resources. Sa side ng Falcons AP Bren, that's a Black Dragon form. And for RSG, yung kanilang mga mobility spells, yung Abyss of Step ni Moscow, pati na rin yung mga dash ni Nats. Pero what's most important here is yung damage distribution for both sides. No? For the side of Falcons AP Bren, karamihan ng damage output nila ay nanggagaling kay Super Marco. So, sobrang importante na maprotektahan ng Falcons AP Bren dito yung kanilang Claude. And that's where the Matilda comes in. Nandyan yung initiation prowess niya with the Cycling Eagle and of course, yung mga heals na nanggagaling sa Guiding Wind. Although, umabot tayo sa point na yung RSG nakakahanap sila ng way para mapatay yung Claude, makapag-initiate ng teamfight dahil lamang din naman sila sa vision and sa mga long-range folks dahil nandyan yung Novaria with the Astral Echo, yung Star Shutter, pati na rin yung Spear of Destruction ni Kusei, yung mobility spells din na ginagamit nila para makalabas dito sa side ng Falcons AP Bren. Pero when it came to the late game, naging malaking factor na dito yung engage prowess ng Falcons AP Bren. Yung mga one-way initiation na kapag nagamit na yung Black Dragon form, mag-disengage ang RSG and doon na natin nakikita yung advantage na meron kang Claude and meron ka ring Matilda with the BMI plus the Guiding Wind combination. Now, looking at the emblems here and pati na rin ng ating mga resource traits, makikita natin na medyo naging equal yung ating game. It really did came down to how these players utilize yung kanilang mga emblems and pati na rin yung mga heroes. And gusto ko na yung point out dito, yung matchup ng Moscow and Claude. Very important yung tenacity ni Super Marco. Usually nakakakita tayo ng mga Claude na nagiging greedy na kumukuha ng Master Assassin para lang manalo sa lane. Pero with the tenacity, at the very least, na-prevent mo yung pagpanalo ng isang Moscow sa gold lane. Kasi kahit sinong tanongin nyo, as of this point, yung meta natin talagang mahirap counterin ang Moscow sa lane. And tulad nga na nabanggit ng ating mga casters, kapag yung Claude ay nakakapag dual lane na, ay essentially tapos na yung laning stage. And parang sa AP Bren, hindi sila masyadong na-snowballan ng Moscow dito ng RSG. Kaya nandun pa yung condition nila. Kapag umabot sila ng late game, meron pa rin silang Claude na magagamit para makipag 1v5 dito sa RSG. Actually, nabanggit nga ni Bentings kanina, magkausap kami, sabi niya, maganda yung Claude pick, lalo pat pag umabot tayo ng late game. And ilang beses na rin natin nakikita yan, yung ibang regions, sinatry pa rin yung Claude versus Moscow matchup. And kita pa rin naman natin yung effect ni Super Marco rito. Nandyan yung capability mag-split push, yung mobility sa mga team fight, napakataas ng damage output ni Kusei dito. But it didn't really stop the Claude from farming. Mataas din yung GPM ni Super Marco with 787. Pero ang pinaka-importante dito sa lahat is yung pag-assist ni Ogwen. 12 total assists.
Games.
Someone's going match point regardless.
Someone's going to match point regardless. So get ready, get on the edge of your seats, get your snacks. because you already know it's going to be good. Now, jumping into the bans, let's take a look here.
Okay, Yuzhong, Baksha, Lo Yi, they're taking away the strong picks onto the red side. First two of RSGPH, while of course RSGPH are just doing, how do you call it, house cleanup?
Housekeeping.
There we go.
Yep.
By taking away the power picks on the blue side.
It's got to be the Matthew Hilda right now.
The Matthew Hilda.
Ban the Matthew Hilda or ban the Faramis.
Oh.
What?
What is going on?
Are they going to prioritize it though? Are they going to rush the Matilda for Ogwin?
Man, the way that last game was, I feel like that's even value if you
worth
do
it.
that. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the first pick if you really want to go that way and play around that, build around it.
Was Arlo snubbed all game last game?
Snubbed all series so far.
Oh, wow.
For a recall total.
There it is. There's the Matt Hilda.
Good pick up there. Next
Novaria. Novaria's open
Yeah,
too.
Novaria's open. They can just go ahead and steal that. And both teams have been playing with it so well. I wouldn't mind if RSGPH rushed up an Edith at this situation.
This early on,
could-
just take it.
Yeah, they can go Edith Val, honestly. If they're going to go ahead for more power picks, however, onto the red side of RSGPH, this is when they usually pick up the R-Log. But they go for the Barrets instead.
Safe. Faramis too. You saw. I don't know if they saw the stat, but they saw the stat that popped up for Few, and he's like, Faramis, he's got like what, an 80? I think it was an 80% win rate or something like that, something insane. So hey,
Yeah.
RSG's like, yo, we got that.
Oh yeah, that's true. This season he's 5-1 on the.
Yeah.
So excuse me, 6-1 on the Faramis.
Oh, wow. This is still a flex, yeah?
I'm leaning towards EXP.
Likely.
Yeah, likely EXP for excuse me, Flap TZ.
Yep. But the fact that they don't know makes it still a power pick.
Yeah, you still have to think of it if you're RSGPH.
And what's dangerous about the Falcons right now is they learn from what happened in game one. So they can assume that the worst is coming, and they can expect a Claude here. It's going to be a Claude right now.
You can go Claude.
Or don't rush it again because you already see the Moscow on the
Yeah.
other side.
If not that, they might go for Paquito instead. Something that just to burst down the Faraga armor.
Yeah.
They already have the Barrets already, so they know what their jungler is going to be. If they don't pick up their EXP laner here, they might be leaning towards EXP jungle flex. We'll see.
That
Claude,
is
of course,
the
yeah.
Claude. Okay.
I mean, before Falcons banned it out, right?
Yeah, might as well lock it in. We saw what Kosei was able to do on that game one with it. And so with that, again, I think this is still the strength, though, for Falcons AP Bren. Like, you are assuming, all right, X-Borg's going to the XP lane, but it could still be flex, and I think it highly depends, obviously, on how we get through this second phase of the bans as well.
It's things like these that allow me to say the meta hasn't been solved yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been, and I love it. I
Yeah.
love that about the current meta here.
Oh, okay. Good ban here on the Valentina by RSGPH, because if Falcons AP Bren are going to consider picking up the jungle X-Borg, then it's going to be paired up with one of Valentina. And when Echo played it, they paired it up with a Lapu Lapu. That does so well up against the lineup right now of RSGPH. That burst and the Faramis ult getting taken down quicker.
Yeah, it's typically when you think about the a good way to play into the Faramis, usually people think, oh, the Claude, but then we've seen this happen before. Like you mentioned, Renmar, the Lapu Lapu is a great, it solves some of that issue getting through the Nether Realm initially, right? And then you allow that Moskov to come in, shine, and use that Spirit Destruction if he really needs to, but then get out having that Matilda on your side. So this is actually a really good answer, not to mention Last Insanity, wherever you decide to throw that. So with this, last bands, Novaria is taken out this time, Valentina. What are we thinking for that mid lane pick?
For a few, two names popping up in my head right now are the Nana, and surprisingly enough, a hero that he hasn't played yet this season, and Aurora. They ban out the Paquito. I'm leaning towards an EXP export right now.
What about the, there is, Edith is still open as well.
Edith,
Yeah.
you can also get the Riz in there.
Yes. So lots of options still for RSGPH. Don't see enough. Benedetta into Moskov, not that great.
Laps, I like the laps too.
Oh yeah, RSGPH can take the Lapu Lapu for themselves
Yep.
as well.
I think it's better than the Riz because the Riz is so high committal.
Yeah.
And Fcap's right now very mobile.
I think RGPH will pick up the Roamer now and just play for the EXP matchup later on for EXP lane.
What roamers are left?
They're still available.
Rock's still open. Okay, that is the voice line of Arlot finally getting locked in here.
They're flexing right here. They're flexing on 4.
Yeah. Not so sure if that is EXP or Roam.
I love it. This is Panda and Dahlia saying, hey, Francis John Robert,
This is what I call.
this is your move.
Yeah, this is the move. This is what I call the draft dance. If we have a turtle and Lord dance, man, this is the draft dance. The best minds in the country.
A shame that we only get like 45 seconds per dance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if they're gonna go EXP or Jungle X-Board, they can go Edith EXP and then hell, Angela mid.
They're chunky enough to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there's very little, little burst.
Oh, it's this easy.
Okay.
All right, so that exposes what the X-Board does then.
How did I forget about the Vexana? So many
How
heroes.
did she finesse her way into us forgetting her?
Because she was banned the previous game, right?
That's
yeah.
right.
She
up
hasn't
this
been picked
time.
up yet.
All right.
That's what got me.
All cards on the table now.
Okay.
What is this Arlo? Is it an XP or a Rome Arlo? Heck, we don't even know because there's still a Barats can also go into the XP.
Technically so, yes.
But it's not a very Nats hero, can I just say?
Yeah. You watch Nats on a Barats, you're going to be like, this is not the Nats entertainment I was looking for.
Yeah.
Right, this is the wrong channel.
Thinking Grok or Edith maybe, and I think it's gonna be an EXP Arlot.
Yeah, both are good picks.
Carmilla?
Oh.
Going into the match, it's also still up in the air.
And the plot thickens.
First Carmilla pick of RSGPH.
The Romilla.
That's why I didn't think about it.
Faramilla.
Faramilla. That's
Baramilla.
Carmilla.
That's kind of scary. Oh, once again, ladies and gentlemen, watching with us around the world, let us know which team you think came out with the better draft for this game number 3. Again, whoever wins this will find themselves at match point, getting that ticket to see the world and then get to the grand final. Look at the lineup ratings here. Relatively close.
Yep.
And so far, if you've seen Game 1, Game 2 with us, you know that both the play styles, both the games have been relatively close this whole time.
Team coordination rating for RSGPH through the roof right now. Their team, in terms of team fighting, when you think about it, actually pair really well. The Blazing Duet doesn't need to all land, especially if your targets are linked together by the Curse of Blood, and that's good. So RSGPH are going for like splash damage.
Welcome to
The
Mobile
Ghost Person,
Legends.
whenever they're members of Falco's AP brand and lots of them trapped by the Curse of Blood of the Carmilla, it's not going to be good for them.
Well, we're going to find out here. Both teams getting us situated, getting these rotations going on for that first route. And we'll see how things fall into place again. We've seen Ogwin on this Matilda really be aggressive, especially early on, bringing members around the map with him. And we'll see exactly how they decide to play it out. Both junglers working on the buffs. Emblems, anything sticking out here, Renmark?
The Carmilla is going to be going full tank. It is a roamer. Basic common emblem for the Moskov and for the Claws, so they are just prioritizing the mana that they can have and the adaptive attack.
Okay. I'm
Hybrid
wondering
regen,
too.
sorry. Hybrid regen.
Got the hybrid regen. And with this, I mean, we haven't seen the CC pop up too much. You could say the same even with the Arlot. So both these XP laners, obviously amazing players themselves, but I really want to see how these hero picks change the course of these early fights. I mean, just the fact that you have a CC available with the Vengeance, Brave Smite, able to sustain a lot of this. And even when you look at an Arlot, he almost has the same impact.
Gentlemen, can I just point out the fact that Kyle Teasy is starving for EXP? He has nowhere to go. Like, this is the last camp he can actually visit, and he's behind on XP. Demon Kite down bottom, though. Forcing out Vengeance. Flap Teasy gets away.
I'm trying to look at the bar. Come on, show me the bar. Demon Kite 4. Oh, it's still relatively close enough. Yeah, still very close.
They're fine.
They're both fine. Both of them going for an EXP fight.
Here we go. That's the Faraga armor pop from Kyle Teasy. And there's a jump in from Nats. That's entertaining.
That is what you can expect from Fcap and their members, especially with Ogun on this Matilda. He's always going to be there for them. Eternal Guard being dropped.
Now Turtle at about a fifth of his health. Missile Expert gonna help Demon Kite secure. They collapse onto Ogwin. There's the pull. That goes in. Final slash on first blood on the Ogwin.
Scratching my head as to why Falcons AP Brand actually even stayed close to be able to try and contest that turtle. They were trying to get a lucky hit, but no, they just ended up with Ogwin giving a little bit more kill gold for RSG Philippines.
And that's off of the back of a TKO. Again, they did not kill Kyle Teasy, but they sent them home. That's good as dead.
Yeah, they didn't have their jungler, just a questionable call for Falcons AP Brand.
Yeah, not sure exactly why they want to stay there too. I guess the thought was maybe even delay it out, but you could always just give up that first turtle. It wasn't really, at that point worth it, but they're going to have to find the adjustments, of course, now, given those consequences, and things are going well for RSG this early on. Obviously, first item still being worked on here by both teams, but with RSG, they're clearly going to try to play on this momentum, albeit small. Daytona's welcome.
Throwing him into the wall. That's 3 collapsing on a Kyle. Poppin' his Viraga armor. Few drops the EG. And the guiding winds. Ogwin to the rescue. Now the clapback.
no.
Missile expert displacing Few, forcing a flicker. That's coming in. Plus the final slash. Circling Eagle. Keeping the back. Fire space. Not enough to keep him alive. Aqua gets a kill. In comes Super Marco. Forcing out another realm. Saving Nats. Keeping him alive. The spell vamp is enough, but not underneath the turret. Tier 2. Marco secures 1. Ogwin coming in, looking for a kill on Aqua. Marco going hunting. Finds 1. 2K for bulletproof Marco.
Oh, Super Marco, his Spirit of Destruction going in there changed the game, but you saw the hesitation from him from taking a full-on fight. The effect of the damage immunity dished out after the Nether Realm is ended early on meant that he had to think, am I going to continue or am I going to not and just back off? But Super Marco said, I will continue. Good call as well for Ogwin to fly in closer with the Matilda to eventually take down Aqua.
Man, again, when you just think RSG has that completely under control, Falcons AP Bren answers back and they go again.
Oh, there's a Curse of Blood coming in. That's enough to take down 2. Ogwin and Few are out. Light very low. Missing the Spear of Destruction. Aqua bites the dust. Kyle Teasy gets taken down by Nats. He's on fire. DK secures the turtle. Flap Teasy falls as well. The Raiders get what they want and more.
Unfortunate for Falcons AP Brand that the Spirit of Destruction of Super Marco did not land. If it did, he would have been in prime position to get a kill while also flank the members of RSGPH in a comfortable angle alongside Kyle Teasy's X-Borg, who was in a good angle to peel for him just a little bit.
Oh man, again, all on to that Spirit of Destruction. The fact that it didn't land changed the course of that fight, like you mentioned. So Ogwin picks up the Flask of the Waste. He's going to help with some of those shields. They will lose these tier 1s, though, now for Fcap. RSG with the space advantage to work around, and some big items being picked up here defensively as well.
And you see RSG Philippines are playing fast because they know if Falcons AP Brand's lineup was able to play a free game for Super Marco to farm Few as well, it would not be good for their engages with the knockups that Falcons AP Brand have in their book. But RSGPH, with the pace that they're playing at, it does not look good for Falcons AP Brand, but Ogwin taking flight.
Looking for a circling Falcon. No one home. The flicker by light and the Curse of Blood. They're popping Fuse. That's a blazing the wet in the back line from Kusei. Taking down Few. And another realm activated to keep him safe on the retreat. They take out that purple buff and say thank you very much.
We'll revisit one of the stats after this because it looks like they're scrapping it mid-Nats. That's the final slash there. But RSG Philippines, they never lost a game when total team kills for them is 13 and up. They're now at 8. RSG Philippines, 17 and 0 when they have more than 13 kills.
They like violence.
They love violence, and we're 5 away from that.
That's what I like to call behind the stats.
Magic number 13.
Thank you, Big Brother Bach.
Thank you, Big Brother Walk. And right now, RSG clearly in the lead, driving this game number 3 here. And they want to fight here once again. They want to feel this turtle dance out. But Fcap, man, they are pretty far behind. And really, at least the most even here is Super Marco, but they just have to give this objective up. Demon Kai be able to secure it now for RSG. 3 in their favor. What can Fcap do here?
They just have to hold on and get a few more items. Because the Carmilla is actually a tremendous response to Ogwin's Matilda. You don't need to stay as close, but if you want to make the most out of getting shields from the Matilda, of course you want to stay within her range, which is smaller than the range that the Curse of Blood covers. So every time the members of Falcon's AP brand are sticking close together, RSGPH's team fighting is so easy. They just need to hit one and everyone else will take 50% of the damage being dealt to the target.
Oh, right
Stolen.
in Kyle Teasy's face. Grand Theft Purple, Demon Kite 2 levels ahead. Now maybe even 3.
Yeah, you pointed out the gap earlier on, Leo. And this time as the game goes onward, it just gets even further and further. And 3 makes you wonder, you know, again, this X-Borg jungle pick, we've seen it before, but this time around it's a little bit, it's not working the way they want it to so far. And really for Falcons AP Bren, it's kind of like, all right, we just got to wait for Super Marco to build up more on this Moskov. We know he's got a couple items. He's got 2. But look at this. The play looking to be set up once again. Navs.
With that bush, that's a deadly bush.
Keep an eye on him. Eyes set on this bottom side tier 2. They want to force Fcap back to their base here before that Lord even comes up in 30 seconds.
All right, Nats reveals himself. So no longer is it as deadly a flank. But at this point, when you're 6,000 gold ahead at 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, here we go. Information means nothing. Dennis, welcome into that wall. There's a knockoff. Eternal Guard. Flap Easy going to go down. Final slash. Kusei gets 1. And just like that, Fcap are a man down. They can't take this fight.
So this has been the trend for RSG Philippines all throughout the series so far. It's that after all of the initial set up by the other members, Nats will come in with a late ultimate. Earlier, it would be a late Black Dragon form, get down, and then late Petrify as a Yuzong. Now, it's a late final slash just to help kill and to chase down any other members of Falcon's AP brand if it's going to be within range.
Man, with that, Spirit Destruction.
No one
Not
home.
going to find anything. Lord secured, though. Now for RSG, very cleanly. And Fcap knows we just got to wait. We have to defend. There's not too much they can do. I mean, in every single lane between the XP mid and everything else, they are down. They have to continue to buy time here and build up because I mean, even looking at the breakdown here, like I mentioned, at least for Super Marco, he's at least trying to maintain at an even pace with Kosei. But when it comes to the team fights and they break down, that's the glaring idea of, oh, we're this much behind.
Yeah, and a lot of it comes from the 776 gold that Kusei was able to get from turret shielding. Super Marco has 0.
Well, it's a tough one. They're going to go ahead and lose this tier 2.
Oh, they're not back.
The pressure.
With the pull. DK coming in. Spitting. Kyle TZ straight to that wall. Popping his immortality. Popping his shields. I don't think Kyle's going to survive this. Kusei takes him down. Taking down a tier 2 as well with the Lord up top.
Oh, man. And now still going to clear the Lord. They're still going to have to fight it out, though. Shield's going to be popped here for now. Lord cleared. But, man, Kyle TZ, I feel like all he did was the armor went down, immortality went down, he went back up, couldn't move.
Yeah. Best case scenario, he bought time. Best case scenario, he allowed for Falcons to do this defense. Ogun will certainly knocking them up.
Yes!
Final slash on the Flap Daisy, popping that vengeance. In comes Kusei. BMI out after a deadly blazing duet, even deep inside Fcap's territory.
Great use of the curtain call by Flap TZ. It actually stopped a cleaner engage by RSGPH, and they also ran out of minions. So what could have been a big surprising win by RSGPH, good minion wave clearing and management by Falcons AP Bren, meant that RSG got nothing from that.
Okay, so we have to kind of think about this. 8,000 gold ahead for RSG. You're taking a look at the items here. They're falling into place, obviously, for RSG with a massive lead right now to work with. Fcap, what are we thinking? How much time do they actually need? And is it just can they survive the multiple synergies of CC and setup from RSG? And is it just a time thing here for Fcap?
Oh, definitely a time thing. As we look at the real-time head-to-head between the damage dealt of the two EXP laners, we're seeing RSG, Nats, again, all the multiple options that they have for setup are keeping Falcons AP Bren guessing. So for a long time, they're just going to have to be playing around their base, trying to capitalize on the mistakes of RSGPH, because all of their initiators would want close entry. And we know RSGPH love to dive, but they also have a penchant of slipping with those engagements.
right.
Here's a conceal by RSG.
And they're going to find it in the back. Super Marco first
Oh
up,
my
just
goodness.
dodging the circle of the Curse of Blood. Down goes Few. Flappy might be next. The last Insanity. Popping the extra health on the Nether Realm. And they're happy with that engage. A pickoff down 1.
Few just cannot play this game. He has had a tough time on this Vexana, and that was a great initiation from Light. I'm surprised only Few went down, but that's going to result in the Lord secured here for RSG.
At some point, you just accepted the fact, man. Didn't even get a chance to get the flicker in. Now wait, Kyle might be in trouble. Oh, he's just going to lose his purple. This is bad.
This is full death ball onward from RSG as they get set up for a raid into the base of Fcap here. Can they hold it together? Falcons AP Bren, have they bought enough time? I would say no. They could possibly lose this game here on this push. RSG nearly 10,000 ahead. Lord in the mid.
Oh, Aqua looking for the pull. Massive! Through the wall. Detna's welcome into there. Pop in the Faraga armor. Another round by Aqua.
Oh, no.
That's a few stuns. And there's damage from Falcons AP Bren. The respect by the Raiders. They'll take their time, take down this inhibitor down bottom. Happy with what they got. They're looking to punish Light out. Falcons AP Bren lose so much, but they're still here.
Still here is because of their great high ground defense. With the Moskov and the Vexana together, the multiple ways an X-Borg can engage. What's that word? Increase the length of a team fight for himself.
Drag it out.
Drag it out. There
Drag
we
out
go.
the fight.
Drag out the
Extend
fight.
Elongate it.
Elongate. Thank you so much.
Elongate.
Because of the multiple ways he can survive.
Barely correct.
Lengthen.
Thank you. Lengthen, yeah. That's something you're very familiar with. Falcons AP Bren.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Uh-oh.
Need to be careful with their positioning.
All right, the fact that Ogwin can do that shows that they're not out just yet.
Yep.
Sure, you're looking at a 10K gold lead, but Falcons AP Bren know the limits of their heroes. I'd like to think they do, because RSG haven't really forced anything just yet. Everything have been safe, and they're not forcing themselves to go to that 13, that magic number 13.
Oh, this is
Still 11.
Yeah, I mean, even at this point, it's great that Falcons AP Bren was able to hold it together and stick in this game. That's a Malefic Roar also just being picked up. So, but really, when you're looking at it, it's like, man, Few at this point, all he can do is drop the Eternal Guard.
Yep.
That's basically it. That's the impact he has. Even with the item build, he's got a Divine Glaive. He's working on his next item here. He's got that, he's got a little bit of dot damage as well. But man, it is tough for Few right now because when you compare it what's across from them, even with Aqua, the Nether Realm alone is enough to have an impact. Oh, Flap.
Flap does not know what's in that bush. The fact that it was just Kusei, man.
We're seeing one of the struggles here really for a lineup that has an X-Borg jungle. You need another component in the team, another hero that can dish out instant gratification, instant burst damage. We know how much CC hurts, yes, but she doesn't burst. It's sort of like it takes time until you feel the max damage of a CC.
The only real burst from FCap is the Vexana.
The Vexana, who is behind in items, who has struggled all game long.
Massively behind right now. So what we're going to probably most likely witness here is RSG just getting themselves another objective as they have the whole game. Oh, Ogwin.
Oh, sidestep.
The dodge.
Circling Eagle out, so that's a big ult that Falcons AP Bren have to wait for. That's a reset on the Lord. The dance continues.
They hold it together. Soft reset. Oh, conceal.
And they're looking for the jump. Oh, no one home. That's the ult from Flap. Lord here at a third of its health. Nat's coming in. No one home for the final slash. Eternal Guard coming up as the immortality is popped. Another round, extra life for the Raiders.
Massive.
As Falcons AP Bren continue pushing the advantage, inching forward. Lord once again at fourth of its health, a fifth of its health.
They might just.
They're not letting go. There's the backup. The Circling Eagle once more off of cooldown. Onto Light. There's the missiles. Demon Kite letting go. Lord gonna get reset here.
Talk about a dance thing, but they're still holding it.
No! Super Marco coming in. Demon Kite secures the Lord. RSG finessing their way into an objective secure.
They're fighting.
That's a fade away blazing duet. Demon Kite Gets his immortality popped out. Kusei still up. Down he goes. Super Marco gets one.
What?
Another
Back.
for Falcons. Look at the base.
The base.
This
Minions
is
of 10.
perilous. This is dangerous.
gonna keep him there.
Kyle Teasy gets
No, the
popped
minions!
in. This is not going to be enough. In comes Few.
Few!
Can they do it?
Oh!
Fcap live. Fcap lives.
What a play from Few. They still have to deal with the Lord, though. But Fcap, hold on.
That's negative gains for RSG on this Lord.
Saved by Few. And RSG Philippines still cannot get the kills. Oh, Spear of Destruction!
Super Marco from the back, popping the extra life on the NetherRealm. Ogwin takes a face full, a blazing duet.
They can push mid.
Oh, they got to settle in here. They can't let this go any further.
This is FCap's second turret all game long, crawling their way into a fighting chance.
I take it back. Actually, no, it's still partly true. I was like, Few, all he can do is drop an Eternal Guard, and that's what he did to save the game.
Saved the game there in the end, but at the beginning of that long sequence, the entry of Nats was stopped by Few. Great timing with a deathly grasp, bringing out the Terrified just in time, helping burst Nats down so he had to flicker away. His immortality got popped. That was the advantage FCap built for themselves, on the back of great timing of crowd control and burst by Few, and of course the rest of Falcons AP brand just continued it with great micro decision making.
Can we just point out, too, with that micro decision making on how FCap approached that last fight of getting ultimates out, whether that was the NetherRealm, whether that was the multiple immortalities they had to get through, and the rest of it. That's what it's going to take for them to win this game here. Remember, they only have 2 turrets down. They don't have the advantage in terms of space to work with.
They're
mid lane.
looking for light. Spear destruction, caught no one. Circling Eagle spent to put light at half health.
Okay, it's 50 to 55,000. The map looks terrible for Falcons AP brand, but they put themselves in a situation where RSG Philippines can lose a fight. Falcons AP brand can be encouraged to move forward, and if they find an opportunity, take that fight.
Fortune favors the bold at this point. We're approaching 20-minute mark.
It does. And
Sometimes you just got to make the call.
you got to make the call. Yeah, that one too. But the problem with that, like I said, the 2 base turrets down in the base for FCap is something they have to keep an eye on. We saw how this game almost ended. And so for RSG, they might play around with that advantage. Lord is now up. It's spawned here. FCap's in a great position to contest it and dance off like we saw them before. They got to manage these waves. Oh, hold on. The fight. Nats.
Final slash on the Flap Teasy. Flap Teasy taking a face full of damage. And the circle of the Curse of Blood has been missing its mark recently.
Yep.
The dance begins.
Light still has the Curse of Blood for him. A lot of ultimates across the board. Nats still waiting.
No immortality. Aqua looking for a pull. No one home in the river bush. They do get control of that. Ogwin now has a Circling Eagle. Lord gets a soft reset here.
All right, they reset it. Hold on. Certainly going to be used. They're just checking it out, feeling it out, pushing them back a little bit further. Eternal Guard use as well.
That was a blind check, and now here comes the cavalry. Nay, the Raiders. RSG find the damage. Into the back line, they pop Nats' immortality. NetherRealm spent in already. Aqua and the rest of RSG say, let's retreat, because FCap have finally put their foot down and said, I am not throwing away my shot.
Wow, Falcons AP Bren. How they were able to drag that out. Super Marco finding the right angle in the back to force RSG Philippines back. RSGPH used the early use of their Eternal Guard as a sign. Here comes the Circling Eagle.
Lord
They're
here at
fighting.
a tenth of its health. A knock-up from the Circling Eagle. And the damage. Kusei gets shoved down by Kyle. And now Marco stuns Nats into that wall. 2 free kills for the Falcons. They're going hunting as Demon Kite's immortality gets popped. Flap Easy throwing yo-yos. As Marco takes him down. 3 for none. Falcons, AP Bren own the map. They're going to turn it blue.
Don't underestimate the heart of a world champion. Falcons AP Bren They've been waiting and hunting for Kusei for so long. Their sign isn't, did they use this? Are they low? Are they gone with immortality? No, it's where the hell is Kusei and how much health does he have? The moment they saw that Claude, Khaleesi pop, that last insanity, and Falcon's AP Bren went forward just like how they're doing now.
Aqua in trouble. He has another round, but no members to use it on. Bottom lane penetrated. Mid up next on the docket. Super Marco feeling it in a state of flow. Falcons AP Bren gonna equalize and gain control of the map.
He's bulletproof this game. No deaths for Super Marco, and RSG still hasn't reached 13 kills, that magic number for them.
They need the magic number right now. They're going to need the magic to deal with the push-in. Lord now on the bottom side. Super Marco wants to stay bulletproof a little bit longer. Picks up that wind of nature. Ice set on this top side as well. They're going to get that down. RSG on the defense. Can they keep it together?
This is an evolved Lord. Extra damage onto the members of RSG. Ogwin moving through. Another arm already spent in. Check the base. Check the base. Sentinels welcome into one. Down goes DK. Falcons AP Bren at match point.
And the Champions Arena erupts once again as it is now match point for Falcons AP Bren.
And the Raiders can just sit
Ba, kundi ang legendary na si Super Marco. Napakalupit ng pinamalas na play sa atin dito ng Moscow ng Falcons AP Bren. Pentix, matanong kita, ano ba pa sa tingin mo yung halaga or impact ni Super Marco dito on the Moscow?
Tumatama yung ulti niya eh.
Tumatama yung ulti niya.
Pero yun kasi yung hindi sure kung tatama o hindi, pero tumatama eh. Ibig sabihin, sobrang kabisado niya yung Moscow.
Ilang beses na natin nakita yan ngayong playoffs na kapag tumama yung Spear of Destruction, wasak talaga. And umabot tayo sa point ng game na yung Spear of Destruction na kapag tumama nga, specifically doon sa mga frontliners ng RSG, ay na-force out yung Netherrealm. But let's be honest, may dalawang phase itong game na to. RSG, yung leading kanina. And gusto ko muna pag-usapan yung ginawa dito ng RSG. Ano sa tingin mo yung mga naging crucial factors dito? Bakit ang laki ng hawak ng mga Raiders?
Siguro umpisa natin sa hero, no? Pinili ng Bren na mag-scaling. Makikita mo, andyan si Moscow, si Chichi, tsaka si Xborg. Sobrang DPS sila. Tapos, kailangan nila ng 3 to 4 items bago pumalag. Kaya mapapansin nyo, nung mga last lord na nahirapan na talaga yung RSG. Tapos ginagawa nila, pinopoke lang nila yung ulti ng Paramis.
Yeah.
Tapos, ulti ng Carmilla. Tapos after nun, disengage. Sabay, papalag na yung AP Bren.
Yeah. Ganda na sinabi dito ni Ben. Sorry, nalilito pa rin talaga ako kay Kyrie Bendings. Na late game, yung hinahanap dito ng Falcons AP Bren. Kumbaga, tiis, pogi, technique yung hanap nila dito. And si Marco, kailangan niya ng 3 to 4 items pa. Pero nung umabot tayo ng late game, doon na nag-matter again dito yung factor na meron kang Matilda, yung mga shields again. And of course, yung Spear of Destruction na dalawang beses niyang napagana yung team pa dito from the side of Falcons AP Bren. Yung tinamaan niya si Nats, tapos yung pang sumunod na tinamaan niya rito, si Kusei. But then again, RSG, nakakuha sila ng magandang hold dito, no? Dahil napag-usapan natin kanina na yung importance ng Paramis dito sa draft ng RSG. May reset din naman sila with the Netherrealm. But of course, yung late game ay medyo kinulang nga sila. Medyo kinapos sila dito on the side of RSG. Pero matanong kita, Bentings, sa tingin mo ba, itong Moscow-Claude matchup, kasi ilang beses na natin nakikita ito eh. Sino ba talaga lamang dito?
Feeling ko sa lang kung paano nila gagamitin yung hero sa site, sa Lord Dance. Kasi lane to lane talaga, siguro magpupuntos tayo ng isa para kay Moscow.
Kay Moscow, okay. Pero yun nga, dahil tiis pogi technique siya dito, parang essentially, Claude game din yung nilaro dito ni Super Marco. And crucial din yung sinasabi nating Spirit of Destruction. Once again, pag tumama sa late game, ay nafa-force out yung mga spells dito on the side of RSG. Now, looking at the emblems dito, madalas na rin natin nakikita to actually. Common emblem kay Moscow. Ano ba masabi mo rito sa common emblem ni Super Marco?
Siguro abal niya mana, tsaka yung attack nung
yung physical attack.
tsaka regen.
Oo. Kumbaga, lane to lane, dito lamang talaga na parang may regen, may bonus attack, tapos di ka rin nauubusan ng mana.
Tapos kung mapapansin mo din, kung may mga nagtatanong bakit napasok si Carmilla, yan, isa kasi siya sa combo na maganda sa Barat tsaka sa Claude.
Oh.
Ang kagandahan kasi kay Carmilla ngayon, no, para sa mga hindi aware, no, yung first skill or pag nakakapag-damage ka kay Carmilla, yung passive niya, mababawasan yung magical and physical defense ng kalaban. Para kang may dirot.
Oh, okay. Kaya nakikita natin yan na nagiging popular na rin sa even sa rank games actually lumalabas din yung Carmilla and dito sa playoffs natin na medyo nagiging meta na rin. And it was utilized perfectly by
As we get ready to jump into the draft here for game number 4, we know what's at stake. We've said it all evening leading into this, and this very well could be the last game. But so far from what we've seen from the series as a whole, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are going to Game 5. But let's get through Game 4's draft here. Looking at the bans, we have RSG on the blue side. They're already taking out that Chip Louis is not coming through. It's not at all. But the Harith and the Fredrin as well banned out from Fcap. And let's see what these last bans are. Matilda, smart ban. I think they've had enough.
Yeah.
They've had enough of Ogwin here.
And I was thinking too, as we were waiting for the ban, if Falcons AP Brand would ban the Matilda. But in my head, RGPH, yeah, Light plays it, but I think now that's not their priority. They want bruisers. They want someone who can get up close in your face, mess you up. Carmilla, yes, she's a bruiser.
Is a Minotaur or a Novaria first pick?
Yeah. Mina Nova, the gold EXP, nope, not. Don't rush an Arlot
Yuzhong.
now. Yuzhong
Would they
is
be
never-
so bold?
way too bold for my taste. Yeah, usually a first pick on the red side.
All right. That's
a minnow.
That's a minnow.
Take a Valen now.
Or they steal the Yuzhong here.
Yeah.
Minnow's been banned out the whole series, right? If I remember right. He's been banned out pretty much the whole series.
Definitely was banned the previous 2 games.
Yeah. So locked in, Baksha comes out.
Excuse me. Is this a Baksha? Because for some reason, I might be hearing things. I kind of heard the Barrett's voice line.
No,
No, it's just
that's
a
what
Baksha.
it is.
It's a
And there's
Baksha.
the steal. There's the Yuzhong steal.
I would say I'm looking behind me here in the Champions Arena, and that is a Baksha standing next to Yuzhong. So I'm just going to assume that we can take that for, you know, what it is. But the answers from RSG on this, round out this first phase, what's it looking like here? They already got the Minotaur.
They can get the Nova.
I wouldn't want the late game lineup here for RSG Philippines because it really looks like Falcons AP Brand is drafting a lineup that can win the game quickly. They picked up Yu Zhong that has a high chance of winning the EXP lane matchup. If I'm RSGPH, if they want to play the long game, they pick up the Barretts and consider the idea of flexing it into the EXP to hold.
That's
But with an X-Borg show, I think a Valentina steal up. Yeah, we heard it.
All right.
Stay in there. X-Borg and the Valen. This might... Interesting.
That's a Black Dragon form steal.
Yeah, it's a BDF steal. I get the Valentina steal. X-Borg not
Nova.
so much. Maybe it's just like thinking of sustaining and then with how well it can duel up against the... No, the Yuzhong wins in lane
And
against
the
X-Borg.
signature blue side flex now.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so with the Novaria, you're giving up the Astral Echo for RSGPH. Now, Pickoff actually might pop up here for Falcons AP Bren. If it's not going to be the Pickoff type of roamer, we might see a Grok picked up later on for Falcons if they want to, again, just play this quickly, invade, disrupt. And RGPH are reading into that, taking away the faster scaling marksman. You'll still have a Nathan available. And of course, the signature Brody pickup of Falcons.
I was gonna say I like where we're going with the gold lane bans.
Yeah.
We've seen so much of Moskov and Claude this series. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, let's change it up.
We've seen too much.
We've seen
Someone
too
new.
much. So those are out of the picture. I think you are right, though. Of course, Serenamar, you're probably most likely going to see the Nathan pop up, at least be one of the options.
And the carry.
And the carry, possibly. You also, I'm not sure if either team wants to do this, but the Roger is still there, but I feel like it hasn't been doing as well previously. The carry is taken out, so they're still doubling down on these gold lane options. You're looking at light stats here, by the way, real quick. Minotaur, 75% win rate. This guy has, I feel like, one of the best times in games when he gets to play heroes like this, like what we saw earlier in the series when he had his hands on the Grok. So this is a perfect hero paired up this time around where, hey, you don't have to count on the X-Borg to be that front line all the time anymore because now you got a Minotaur.
Oh, good ban here on the Edith. Actually, Falcons AP Brand needs another source of magic damage. I think they need to pick up the Nathan here. If they're not gonna, if Novaria is gonna be their only source of magic damage, it has to be someone who can dish true. But right now we don't have that anymore.
Or we're looking at Nathan Grok.
Nathan, yeah, I really want Falcons AP Brand to pick up the Nathan now instead of RGPH taking it away from them.
All right. Do they lock that in now? Cold lane 2 still big question marks here what they want to roll with.
Oh, they both ended up wanting to fill gold in Rome.
In Rome, yeah.
Gold in Rome.
Oh, wait, no. The Rome already for RC is the Minotaur.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's,
Gold and potentially jungle
Golden
XP.
Flex, yeah. Golden
Flex.
Flex, jungle XP.
Oh, they
They
go
actually
for
go
the
with
Rogers.
Roger.
Oh, they really just want to snowball this somehow and be aggro with it.
Let's bring it back to game 1 where Super Marco didn't have a great time on that Roger. All right,
Yeah, that's true.
It was not a good one for him. Then he I was gonna say made Bowie. He made up for it.
He made up for it.
In,
Bowie.
Yeah, he made Bowie. Second game with the Claude.
in
Sorry,
before,
I'm a little.
this
coin,
might be a roaming Novaria.
Novaria in the
I'm
Rome.
I'm not gonna
So if this is a Rome Nova,
deny the fact that maybe Ogwin has it in him.
Rome Nova usually paired up with a Faramis. So they, of course, they'll get the Nathan and they get the Benedetto the dive. Rome Nova up against a Benedetto jungle.
Dangerous.
Benedetto EXP, yeah, it's
Yeah,
dangerous.
Grok's the only one thing left, yeah?
Has to be the Grok, Rome. I'm thinking pick off, but then
Kaj?
Kaja into
Not
the
enough burst.
Valentina, X-Borg, Minotaur. It's
enough
gonna
burst.
suck, yeah. If this is Rome Novaria, it has to be a fighter mid. Oh, Angela.
So it is, no. Yeah, it is Rome Novaria.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless.
Unless they decide where they gonna put this Angela.
It's Ogun Rome, Angela.
Yeah.
The only time played this season, it was a loss for Falcons AP Bren.
No, I'm not feeling this.
You don't like this from Fcap, Leo?
I just don't like Angela Rome in general in the current metagame.
I feel like that's been a topic of discussion, right? Like lately, especially when it's parked there. But we don't know 100% is exactly how this is going to be executed by them. Take a quick look at the lineup ratings here for both teams. Relatively close, of course, but man, like I said, I've been saying this all night as we've looked at the lineup ratings. You never know with these two teams.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's early to mid game for Falcons AP Bren versus if you don't stop it, late game goes to RSGPH.
Yeah, and the fact that we're throwing back to game 1, where Falcons AP Bren are going a little spicy. They're trying something new again,
Well,
and there's no real appeal.
Welcome
They made
to
it
Mobile
work in-
Legends!
let's
Maybe we
find
just
out.
Trust the process.
To trust the process is what they're going to need. Fcap at match point here. Looking to book their ticket to see the world and move on to the grand finals. RSG, can they do what they've done with the death ball strategy? Can they maintain momentum and get themselves to a game 5 here? See how it all unfolds. We'll take a look real quick too at the emblems. Anything sticking out before we head to the game?
Trying to look at it. Magic, both pure assassin straight up for their Roger. Rupture on the Novaria and the Yu Zhong. So, yeah, they're really signaling that they want to play fast here. I'm waiting more for what the first big, full 4-man rotation for Falcons AP Bren would be in terms of like building an advantage elsewhere.
Yeah. You know what? Part of this too reminds me of when Ogren was playing the Rafaela. It's again, it can work in theory,
Right?
but it's not the, I guess, hero or kit that you're expecting from players like Ogren, where of course you're going to have that impact as an Angela, and then you've got the focusing mark as well. That's a nice 6% bonus damage, of course, but
That's
still,
right.
you know, you're going to have to play around that, and they're actually poking down light. He actually flickers too.
Yeah.
So hey, they get that little win right now.
Angela and Roger together in lane. Actually, it's quite annoying for the roamer. Interesting. Because it's like you're getting slowed, puppet on a string, and then the Roger's just there like
Yeah.
shooting you. You're also getting slowed from his first skill in human form. Then if you're not careful, Lycan pounced. I like it. I like what they're thinking here. Falcon safety brand. But again, this lineup very risky. Let's see how it's going to go for the first turtle. Because right now they're getting pushed back.
Waiting for those level 4s here. Kaltizi going to run into Demon Kite. Both junglers meeting up here. And now that the turtle's up, you'll see them rotate up. Of course, Ogwin doesn't have the level 4 just yet, so not going to be able to provide the Heart Guard. They might buy a little more time, so he does have that. The same thing can be said for Light. Does not have the Minoan Fury. So this is a crucial thing for both teams. The Roamers, Aqua's holding on to the Dragon form. So it's going to come down to really how they space out these ultimates. Light's now on level 4. Same thing with Ogwin. Echo's going to be dropped. Kyle TZ runs in.
There's a Black Dragon form. 2 of them right here. It's Double Dragon.
Whoa.
Turtle still up. Secured by Demon Kite. Down goes Kyle TZ to knock up the kill on the light. Ground beef, anybody? As the rest of RSG and Fcap walk away.
Okay, good win there for RSGPH. Good use of the Black Dragon form by Aqua as well to keep the other members of Falcons AP brand at bay. But the Angela plus Yu Zhong on the side of Falcons APB is where I'll have my eyes set. I don't think it's going to be always going to the hands of the ultimate going to Super Marco later as the game goes on. RSGPH need to be careful with that Yu Zhong.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Top side too.
2v1. Aqua and Nats have ill intentions for Flap. Goes ahead and spell vamps from the wave. Flap's fine.
I would say, like, throughout the series so far, at this point, even though the first turtle's down, this is the most even, right? Usually we've seen like 3 kills or 2 kills going here and there. But right now, I feel like maybe there's even some tension between the two teams, obviously knowing on what's at stake. RSG kind of taking a little more caution to deal with Fcap, especially. I'm thinking about their power spikes here, the timings for RSG. When is that going to happen? When is the best time for them to really power up and have that power spike, Renmar?
Well, when Kusei already has his second item. Usually, Nathans would want to go for the Feather of Heaven and then into the Corrosion Scythe. If it's not that, the Genius Wand. But really, first 2 items, that's going to be the signal for RSGPH to fight. If it's close. If it's not, and your Nathan only has 2 items, that's not right.
Yeah. You can see, too, that Aqua, I believe, rushed that Necklace of Durance. He does have that already available. To kind of help with dealing some of these shields, obviously, from Ogwin. So he's got that. Of course, Demon Kite as well already has the BFB. He has that defense that he wants, because, again, he could be obviously dealing with a lot of that front line, especially when it comes to these dances. Turtle's up again. The Turtle dance going to go ahead and start up. Falcons AP Bren trying to find their own positioning here. It's going to go ahead and reset for now. Nath's also a part of this. There's Kyle TZ rolling on in, but still not able to really push them out.
You actually see the Roger for Falcons AP brand double laning, so there's a little bit more gold. Has no more gold from the shield in the bottom lane.
Oh, wow. Turtle very low now. 1/5 of his health. Here comes the Black Dragon form.
Oh!
Demon Guy still secures. And they collapse onto Kyle DZ. A Hearth Guard coming in, keeping the Baksha alive. And now look at the back line. Few very low. Aqua with the forward flicker.
Oh!
Few falls eventually. And now Aqua way deep behind enemy territory. Gets taken down as well. 1 for 1.
Well, RSGPH got the turtle, so yeah, they're going to be winning that one there. Light and Aqua, really, how they've been splitting the attention of Falcons AP Bren and team fights are so good. So when Falcons AP Bren is helping one in another area, you have Light and Aqua there. Now in the bottom lane, Nathan will be able to get out first, but the Roger's been like double laning all the rods, so he does have the lead just a little bit. But at some point, Falcons AP Bren will have to commit a rotation to take a tower down to equalize. But that might end up becoming a sacrifice where the first tower that Falcons AP Bren takes down, RSGPH would trade it and get their second already.
I think even with this lineup that Falcon, hold on, top side Nats. The poke damage is there, but look at this. Eyes set on Flap.
Another big rotation. I think he
Dragon.
spotted Light. Not sure if Aqua's in here too. Kyle DZ with a box to unite. Coming in. Popping that ult. The Poisson's Hearth Guard being contemplated. Light down to 1/4 of his health. And that's RSG calling the disengage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good set play because they forced out the Minotaur's flicker. Demon Kite, spots Ogwin.
Oh! They commit the flicker up top. The fight continues. 3v2. Minoan Fury!
Oh!
Hearth Guard keeping him alive. Light up, but just for a second longer. Kyle DZ gets the kill. Flap gonna go down. Nats gets his kill. Nats traded out. Ogwin gets 1. The stolen Black Dragon form looking to take down Kyle DZ. Underneath, tier 1 up top. Kyle DZ retreats. Here comes Demon Kite. Ogwin is gonna go here. The last Insanity pops him. Demon Kite gets a kill.
Marco!
And now here's Marco. Taking down Kusei. But will he get taken down himself? He backs out. RSG sent packing.
Bro, Super Marco has been everywhere this game. Level 9, same as the Nathan, has that 1 kill. RSGPH, I don't blame them for not being able to foresee that Super Marco will be there in Lycanpound's range. Great call there by the gold laner Falcons AP Brent, and because of that, without the gold laner here, with Light down, after a great engage up top by Falcons AP Brent, they will take the third turtle of the game. But when you asked me earlier, again, the condition for the timer, the Nathan already has the second item. RSGPH can now be more aggressive.
See if they do that. That was a really good timing from Falcons AP Brent to also get that objective. But you're right, Super Marco's been everywhere. It almost feels like there's still a Matilda on this team, and he's rolling around everywhere. But right now, they're going to try to hold on to this tier 1 on the top side. Checking shots from few. And so with that, like we said, the timing for RSG is actually, it's going to be there. Kosei has the items he needs. And it really, when it comes down to that team fight, I know we're still about a minute and a half away from that Lord, but this is where you're wondering, does RSG, with the lineup they have, the itemization do they have, and you saw also Flask of the Waste has picked up now for Light. It's a battle of really, once again, testing out the sustainability.
They look to jump Super Marco. Here comes Heartguard,
wow.
the clapback,
Heartguard.
Echoes, seeing no one. Ogwin commits it, Demon Kite throwing down the fire missiles. A lot of ult spent,
Nats.
but no one home, Nats. Oh wow, what a great flank from that Benedetta.
I don't think they get the call off.
They're fine. Delta split.
Talk about an answer, though.
Huge.
Hold on, Nats could be in trouble.
Echoes, Nats.
He's
Oh no,
down.
gets jumped on. Goes in, backs out, and that's the essence taking him down.
How teasy, Flap teasy, King Nats taking him down, and now this is advantage for Falcons AP Brand. Let's
Still
see.
want to fight?
All right, no Petrify combo there. They disengage, both teams looking to return to their regular programming.
Yeah, Flap teasy's petrified there to help set that kill into Nats was crucial. Fcap, they don't have a gold lead here, but in terms of the flow of battle right now, they are in the lead. But RSG, Aqua and Demon Kite making the right calls. From time to time, you'd want to send that X-Board paired up with someone into the jungle of Falcons AP Brand to send them back. Because when the fire missiles from the X-Borg is like right in your face, you're not going to want to get close to that. Look at the gold lead though for Super Marco. Already 3 core items, Wind Talker, Endless Battle, and Malefic Roar. Again, that's why Falcons AP Brand, they are in the lead.
Yeah, he's been farming his mind out at this point.
Everywhere.
And, he's everywhere. Ogwin and Light both doing pretty much the same amount of healing, and that's why I was saying it really comes down to that, where playing around the sustainability, both teams have those kind of anti-heal and shield items as well equally. It's just who's able to pull things off, and I think Flap is a big component to this because of when you pair the Dragon Form. Okay, he's fine. The Dragon Form alongside the Heart Guard. The threat is pretty big with the Petrify, whereas Navs, also, he has to find his own angle with the Electro Final Blow and that Petrify combination.
Big Echo, massive
Big Echo.
spot here.
Gonna drive them back.
RSG compromised.
Look at the positioning still for Super Marco. Waiting to see exactly how to approach this fight. It's going to go ahead and have a full reset, though, for now. Nav still has to be taken care of as well. They can't just let him push up freely into that tier 2.
The clapback from the Raiders might be worse because Aqua has the Echoes himself, and now the dance continues. Lord here approaching half health, and Kyle Teasy and Flap the only ones in the vicinity. Throwing out their version of the Echo. Here comes the Black Dragon form. Aqua secures the Lord. Heartguard committed onto Flap Teasy. Another Echoes from Falcons AP Bren. Light moving through with the motivation for the false Minoan Fury. They're going to continue and collapse underneath tier 2 down bottom. Marco looking to go hunting. No one home. It's a pick off for the Lord.
That was a great call for RSG Philippines to rush it, but Falcons AP Brand didn't back off. They went forward again with the Astral Echoes being provided. The fact that it's a late entry into the fight means Angela Yuzhong are happy. Light already used the Minoan Fury, so that was a signal for Falcons AP Brand to fight it out. This Lord could get burned down. RSG Philippines might not get a lot out of it, but again, they have to be careful. The combo that we talked about early into this game, that Angela and Yuzhong together.
And I think that's, again, when you really break it down, it's that impact of being able to get to that backside if you want to. Having the Heart Guard, you saw that too. Super Marco, we've been talking about him farming his just mind out on this Roger time and time again. Quickly, Lord's going to be worked on. And I think that's something for RSG. Hold on. Again, hard guard.
Here we go.
Kusei!
Another flap TZ. An Ogwin combo taking down Kusei. That sends the rest of RSG packing. All this while Nats was working on that tier 2 up top. RSG, though, still walking away with a lead. But I wonder, they're a man down. Should they continue fighting? Kyle TZ spotted out. Forced to use Puissance. Now the Baksha unite. Oh, wow, there's a push up top and a push down bottom. This is tough for the Falcons.
Yeah, RSGPH. Great call by Nath to just split the map. And RSGPH is like they understood, yeah, we can't do anything about that combo.
Yeah.
But Falcons AP brand, uncharacteristically of them, they are getting sloppy, rather.
Nats.
They're getting sloppy and sloppy. They're letting go of what they're known for, the macro, the minion wave management, the map control.
And you got to commend Nats here. He is doing work on this Benedetta.
Yep.
Of course, you know, not able to get that turret down
Such
just
a
one hit away on the
thorn-
bottom side.
Such
But
a thorn
man,
on the side, man.
he is. And that's exactly what he has to do for this game to hopefully extend the series. Because right now, every single time we see that interaction, the Heart Guard into Flap TZ's Dragon form, RSG doesn't really have a choice but to move back. And earlier, Kosei didn't have the Purify available to him. So real quick, let's take a look at how the items are falling into place.
Already 3 core for Kusei's Nathan, the Holy Crystal. But look, great Dragon Spear already for the Roger. No wonder he's crazy with the chase. But look at the insane gold gap between Demon Kite and Kyle TZ. Almost 4,000 is the lead of the X-Borg.
Interesting too, of course, this real-time win rate for RSG. They're in a good position because, again, going back to the work that Navs was able to pull off, space-wise, they can work around it. Falcons AP Bren on the hunt.
Oh no, down bottom Nats, but the solo kill by Marco gets it. The Heart Guard topping him up. And the Echoes coming in.
no.
The Light comes in with the middle field trying to save RSG from Marco's wrath.
wow.
But that secures a kill for Ogwin. Now Demon Kite here, very little left on the Faraga armor. He will keep it up. Flap Easy pops it. And the knockup, the immortality still intact. Falcons, AP Bren get the go signal to blitz the Lord.
What hurts even more for RSGPH, other than the fact that the Lord goes to the hands of Falcons AP Bren at this time, is that they lost their gold laner. Kusei fell, and at the same time, Kyle TZ and Flap TZ, a 2-man team, 2v2 in the Lord pit against Demon Kite, and I believe it was Nats. Falcons AP Bren won it there too. That was a cross-map win for the Falcons.
Let's take a look at this replay here, brought to us by Infinix. Really how that fell down. Again, the pressure with the Heart Guard, they find Nas, they cut him off, and then it seems like there was some confusion. Like, should we fight this? Light is there. And then he gets taken out. Even like you said, cross-map, there's action happening. So now RSG finds himself on the back foot here, dealing with the Lord push from Falcons AP Brent.
I have to correct myself there. It was actually Nat spotted out first, and then Kusei and Demon Kai the one fighting at that Lord
Here
pit.
we go, preemptive Black Dragon form. Falcons forcing the push, but RSG not having any of it.
So now we're going to start seeing RSGPH trying to force Nats. Not force, but tell him, hey Nats, open the map. Of course, it was a little bit too aggressive for your own teammate, but ooh. So that's out 4, but at this point, he's just going to be using it to poke and try to send back the members of RSGPH, as now Falcons AP Brand are going to be going to Nats up top.
Oh no, this might be deja vu. Marco spots Nats. The Heart Guard coming in. Cyclone Eye plus the Electo final blow.
He's down.
Oh, the puppet on the strings. Nats not going to be able to eye for an eye out of that. He's out for 40.
They have the minion waves. I wonder, will Falcons try it? Nope, they're freezing, so they're not going to try to go for an endgame push. They're playing around the objective still.
Is the long game.
It's
long game.
Again, it gets to that point where how many times do you try it time and time again? You know, and really, that's what you have to do. Nats has to open up the map, but it seems like Falcon AP Bren have solved that issue. Unless something amazing happens from RSG, if they're able to get a fight going, or maybe Nats needs to join this next fight coming up. A minute away from that Lord here. But so far, he's tried, what, twice now and not able to get anything to work for him.
Yeah, what sucks is still no immortality. Well, for both roamers, it's a fleeting time and a Flash of the Oasis. Ice Queen Wand, extra magic damage and all the slows coming out for that Angela means Angela Roger, Angela Yuzhong, they have their combo locked down already.
That's as good as double mage, man.
Yes, sir. Demon Kite just built up the anti-cuirass, so it should help with the skill-based damage, physical damage being dished out by the Roger. Yes, he still has that Lycan Bounce, counts as a skill.
And the Yuzhong.
The Yuzhong as well.
Okay.
No, Winter Soldier for Kyle Teasy. Interesting.
He's completely doing that, of course, to stall out that fight. The next Lord Dance coming up here.
Yep. Glaive for
It's-
the Valentina.
Yeah, very crucial.
DG.
Item picks up. Nath still trying to, find something, find a way to move around the map. And it's up to Falcon AP Bren to deal with it, and that's what you're going to see here. And honestly, that could just be put Ogwin in the lane, and he could hard guard in if he needs to. So Lord's now spawning. RSG trying to get in position themselves, set up for it. Lord's going to evolve as well, but look at this Super Marco. Look at the angle that he's going to be going from. And this could simply be Marco gets the hard guard, finds his own angle on the backside, and throws RSG aloof here. So keep an eye on him as he makes his way down as well. Ogwin still dealing with that top side. That top turret is down, so they got those pushing in.
Whoa.
Holy Crystal being picked up as well from Ogun.
Dear
So
Lord, a roamer picking up an
Yep.
HC.
this is tough to deal with.
Yeah,
RSG,
purple buff.
they got to be careful on how they get to the approach.
This is the point of no return approaching. The dance has started. In comes Flapteezy with the Black Dragon form. Lord here at a third of its health. And the collapse on the Demon Kite.
Oh, that's
and
it.
there's the heart guard from Marco.
That's it.
And
Oh.
the knock up, the whip, the tail. Down goes Light. Forcing out a last insanity from Demon Kite. They retreat. Marco coming in, taking down Demon Kite. 2 down. Kusei still alive. Down he goes. 3 for none. Aqua the only one left. Nats underneath down bottom. RSG suffer losses.
Are they just going to run it down mid?
They will try. 34 on Demon Kai, 26 Sunlight, 35 on Kusei. This doesn't look good for RSGPH.
Oh, can Aqua defend? Nats
No
kept
minion wave.
busy by Few. Oh, in comes Few.
Oh,
into the
base!
base! Into the base! Falcons are here! And the Hive is going to Riyadh and the Grand Finals.
And there you have it. Falcons AP Bren will take the series and go in for the rematch.
The Kingslayers will fall today to the Kings of the Philippines, the Kings of the world who will get their shot at defending their crown.
This is part 2, my guy.
Hard to.
This is part 2 of the upper bracket finals and part 2 of the World Tour.
And remember, it's 2 world champions in their own right that will be facing off again tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, you better be ready. Stock up on your snacks now, but man, as an RSG Raider fan myself, it's hard to see them come to an end, of course, for the season. This is just the nature of competition. So, of course, sportsmanship.
Si GOAT na pagtanggol ng kanyang MSC title. Pero MVP for that game is none other than Super Marco, a man of few words. Literal na woo lang yung nasabi niya. And yun lang din naman yung sinisigaw ni Roger kapag hinahabol niya yung Benedetta rito ng RSG. A fantastic performance. Bulletproof talaga yung gold laner dito ng Falcons AP Bren. 6-0-3 untouched by any on the side of RSG. Literal na hindi nila nahawakan dito yung Roger ng Falcons AP Bren. And it really went well for the side of the Beast. Kasi early game, nakita na natin na medyo nagkaka-farm si Super Mario dito. No? Pero RSG, they did fight around their EXP na may chance namang talagang kayang kumontrol ng momentum dito. But pagdating ng mid-game, doon na natin nakita yung prowess or yung strength na meron kang Baksha Angela. And the thing about the Baksha Angela combo dito is bago pa pumasok yung Baksha, ginagamit na rito yung hard guard. Pang tutok lang, pinantatakot ng ni Ogwen yung kanyang ultimate para tumakbo yung RSG. And the thing about the hard guard in the current patch is, remember, na-nerf yung Dominance Ice. And even though may mga necklace of Duran sa side ng RSG, as long as wala pang tinatamaan dito, yung any members ng Falcons AP Bren, full shield and full heal yung makukuha ng mga members ng Falcons AP Bren dito mula kay Angela. And ito yung play na talagang nagselyado ng game para sa side ng Falcons AP Bren with Ogwen jumping in to provide the shield and yung dodge ni Super Marco with the Lycan Pounds. Talagang napakalupit ng micro dito ng mga members ng Falcons AP Bren. And not just that, going back to the keys of the victory, Sabi natin na kailangan i-entertain ng Falcons AP brand dito yung entertainer on the side of RSG. And pigil na pigil talaga yung Benedetta ni Nuts dito. Hindi siya makapag-split push ng tama dahil nandoon lagi yung Roger. May back siya na naghahabol with the Angela as backup na nag-i-split push lang and nagpaprovide ng utility dito para sa side ng Falcons AP brand. Again, very well-deserved. Nakahinga na yung mga members dito ng Falcons AP brand dahil nga secured na ang slot nila for tomorrow ng Grand Finals and of course sa MSC. Bago natin mag-usapan yung mga emblems dito, gusto ko lang i-highlight na since last year, this is the first time na yung #1 team natin sa regular season ay makakapag-international. Kaya naman napakalaki dito ng effect ng yung celebration dito ng Falcons AP brand. Now, looking at the emblems here, again, very classic tayo dito. Assassin emblem for the Roger and of course, nandyan yung damage with the Thrill, Master Assassin, and Quantum Charge. Completos regards dito yung Roger ni Super Marco. Nandyan yung damage, nandyan yung chasing potential, and even yung kanilang composition with the Roger, the Baksha, the Angela, and pati na rin yung Yuzong. Actually, once nung lumabas yung Yuzong plus Roger dito, parang essentially na-check na yung composition ng RSG kasi ang daming habol sa Nathan ni Kusei and medyo mahirap nga naman laruin yung Nathan dito for the side of RSG dahil nga naka-purify lang siya. Kapag tinamaan siya nung stun ni Baksha or kapag na-petrify siya rito, ang out niya lang is yung purify pati na rin yung entropy out. Pero nandoon yung paghabol, yung mobility na meron ka with the Baksha, the Roger, and of course the slows coming off from Pew. Kaya naman, medyo nahirapan din talaga yung RSG sa pag-teamfight kasi essentially, kailangan nilang protektahan yung kanilang gold laner. And it came to a point na yung late game ay dinadaanan nila sa split push pero check na check talaga sila ng Falcons AP brand with Super Marco. Instead of farming, he decided to control the map. And at some point, na hindi na nga siya sumasali sa Lord, he is playing around the opposite lane para masigurado lang nila na hindi makapag-split push si Nats. Yun yung nakita natin na kinokontrol niya yung top lane kasama si Ogwen, nagpunta pa siya ng mid, kinuha pa niya yung purple buff, and that sequence tells us na kabisado ng Falcons AP brand dito kung paano gagawin ng RSG yung kanilang Lord Dance. Nagkaroon naman ng mga moments dito yung RSG. Again, very smart decision to pick up yung mga early necklace with the runs. Si Light, instead of completing the Dominance Ice, kinuha niya kagad yung flask kasi nga may anti-heal din from the side of Falcons AP brand. So maganda rin yung adjustment. Basically, may pangsagot sila dito sa mga anti-heal na lalabas mula sa Falcons AP brand para lang ma-amplify yung kanilang regen for the side of RSG. But then again, it came down to the team fight and kailangan protektahan ng RSG dito yung kanilang Nathan. Kaya naman hindi ganun kataas yung naging impact ni Kusei dito kasi nga constantly hinahabol sila dito ng members ng Falcons AP brand with Kyle TZ, Flap TZ on the chase and may backup pa ng talon ni Ogun with the heart guard and of course Super Marco playing the Roger and executing this comp very, very well. Dito natin makikita na medyo ifit din talaga sa mapa ang RSG as the Nathan, usually nakikita natin napakabilis mag-scale, napakabilis mag-farm up, nandoon yung kanyang capability to snowball. Unfortunately, medyo sinara kagad ng Falcons AP brand yung mapa dito ng RSG with the constant aggressive plays mula kay Super Marco and Flap TZ. Check talaga yung mga